last time, you guys, um, let's see, Wrecker is working on your house to try to fix it up so it's livable and become something of a store. You guys went to deliver the message down south to the old man's tower and met his apprentice there, and she contracted you essentially to help her get her fellow apprentice back from the highwaymen who held up Reinald on his way home. So when we left, you guys were just about to leave the village, and Otto, before leaving, swindled some poor fool out of his family heirloom, and now has an old pistol.
I would say that was a good deal.
Yes, I'm sure you would say for you. Yeah. Yes, it was a good deal for you. Yeah. All right. So that's where we stopped. So unless there's anything further you want to do in the village, we'll just start off. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so.
In the village, no.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be it. All right. So you are down a little bit. If you can see, I have your little travel token again. Mm-hmm. You're down near the village, and you have started to set out. It's early in the day, so you've got plenty of travel time. And it looks like the weather should be decent. So you head out along the road. Any conversation or activity, or are you all kind of quiet during this journey? Ooh, and Wolfira.
He's just gonna mow the grass real quick while he's
hot micing a little there. Yeah.
Waiting to get to Filton.
Oh yeah, he jumped out. Yeah, we're not hearing you if something went wrong. We can.
No, I wasn't talking. Okay. Everything locked up. Loading your overhead map.
Oh, okay. I broke your computer.
I told you there was 5 Xfinity trucks in the neighborhood tonight.
That's right. All right, so you're heading along. Your new companion is being somewhat quiet, and you see that she looks kind of happy to be outdoors and breathing the fresh air and looking around. You've gotten the sense that she doesn't get out very often, and I think Reinald was kind of tripping along with her. I think that was what you had mentioned, that you sort of want to stick close to her.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, having the few conversations we had yesterday, I'm probably not as talkative today necessarily, unless I'm being approached. I'm probably just spending most of my time reading.
Fine with the silence.
Yeah.
She doesn't really engage you in conversation unless you initiate.
Well, there's one person that can't stay silent for long, so after a while, Otto begins to complain about having to walk to Filton. I don't understand why we couldn't have brought the cart back this way. And he kind of grumbles and looks at Reinald, and he just shakes his head and then says, "But nevertheless, I have something to broach with you fellows." And he looks at Wrecker particularly, and he says, "I know we might have gotten off on the wrong foot, my friend, and I apologize for that, but I need a strong man, and you appear to be one that can handle yourself. And since we do not look armed except myself," and he taps his pistol that's in his belt, he says, "I have some funds where we might be able to purchase some goods when we reach Filton. And, well, for my son and for you, payment for protection on this journey And when we return, you saw those savages burning that man. What say you?
Reckor will look at you and contemplate the proposal rather sternly, because he's reflecting on a lot of the whole reason he came to this little backwater town to begin with, and he ultimately just responds with, "Your words seem true, but this is not a life I want to go back to. For now, however, I will accept your proposal. If by any means I can keep you all safe and help defeat these bandits, I will. You have a deal then." Spits in his hand and reaches out.
And Otto, is that like would that be a way to seal a deal in Filton, or would that be foreign to me?
The spitting of the hand is not necessary, but a handshake is considered to be an agreement.
And,
I'm not sure you're
yeah.
thrilled with the spit.
Yeah, so Otto basically kind of like shrugs back into his shirt where the sleeve covers his palm, and he kind of just like then shakes your hand, and he's like, "Very well then, very well," and he just kind of ignores the spit and says, "We will see what we can get when we get to Filton. I know the shops there," and he looks to Reinhold and says, "And we'll need to get something for my boy here, too. Can't leave him defenseless, can we?"
Yes, of course, Father. Whatever you say. Just flipping through pages.
Recker's shake, by the way. He gives a big gap-toothed grin, and when he grabs, he just kind of like grins even more like you're a little Nancy boy. He makes sure that his powerful arm grips your hand tight and shakes it really rapidly and hard.
Yeah, there's very little resistance, and he looks uncomfortable as you're squeezing his hand. Yes, that's yes, wonderful, yes. And he kind of tries to pull away.
Oh, he'll let you go, but after he let his point in, you know, this is the arm you're paying for.
Wonderful. Well, for now we have a deal then. Goods to defend yourself, or, well, defense. And he kind of smiles, and he's like, "And perhaps we should talk about your blacksmith shop. I could invest in that as well and help you get it off the ground much quicker. For a stake, of course."
Save words for another day. Now we act. To the bandits.
Yes. Reinhold, when we get to Filton, I would ask you to... Well, I think this powder is no good for this gun, so we will have to try to procure some if I'm able to help in any fight.
Yes, we shall look around.
Now, quit being such a sop. Your attitude seems poorer than usual.
You're distracting me from my reading.
I don't want you to fall. You're walking at the same time. Wouldn't want to bloody your head or anything. Tripping on a vine, a stone, a stick.
Just well enough.
All right, then. And he kind of tries to peek at what you're reading.
Probably just tries the book that she gave me.
Yes, it's a sort of primer on arcane magic.
Yeah. Well, at least it is not one of those stories that I had heard of. One of those stories that, well... And he kind of just looks away and shakes his head. A young man might find himself reading such things. Proclivities and whatnot.
Yes, Reinhold is finding it very dense reading for having to try to walk and concentrate on what you're reading at the same time. You find yourself losing your place and losing track of what's being said many times and having to start over. It's frustrating.
There'll be time for reading later, young lad. But now, we help your friend.
And Rhino will probably just roll his eyes and then put his book into his bag and
You
shuffle
notice,
his
yeah,
backpack
you
up on top of the.
yeah, notice Otto is kind of seems like in a much better mood, even though he's still complaining about walking and whatnot. But he seems like, and I would say Reinhold probably gets the impression that this is kind of how he acts when he has made a really good deal, right? Which he just did. So
That's his crack.
It says uppers.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Having to move out of Filton was his downer.
It's definitely a downer. And that he pretty much leaves the rest of the. He'll chit chat about not important things until for a while at least, but nothing important.
Yeah, same with Wrecker. He'll gradually become a little more animated and excited, dropping little one-liners on the lines. It's been a long time since I've seen battle. Hopefully they have good steel in Philton. Yeah, you can tell he's actually getting eager, if not psyched up, about the notion of beating the hell out of somebody.
If I remember correctly, the steel is no worse than anywhere else, at the very least.
There's one smith in town. He is not specifically a weapon crafter, but he will occasionally, craft some simple steel weapons, mostly to order.
Yes, we should make sure that we are armed before we drop off the funds. We don't want to be caught with our pants down, certainly.
All right. Well, as you move along, it's about midday when you pass the abbey to the east, a little ways back from the road. You can see a little bit of work going on in their vineyards, but there's not many of them working. There's only maybe 2 or 3 of them outside working. They don't seem to pay you any mind. They're pretty far away. And I assume you just pass on by.
Otto wouldn't say anything.
I would look at the church and sort of spit on the ground, and then keep going. Making it seem as though it's not related, but...
Mm-hmm.
I would keep a pace ahead as if showing my intention of pressing onward, but stop and defer to them, see if they're going to stop or not.
No.
Not me.
All right. You continue past, and how about everybody give me a strength check, please? Just a normal one. You're looking for a 10.
Oh!
Look at that. Wrecker, you can add a boon to your check.
Oh, good thing.
Are you rolling off the sheet?
Oh, wait,
or-
it's saying plus minus one.
You should. Oh, you know what? That's right. I didn't give you a.
That's okay. Doesn't
You
matter.
have to roll off the sheet for
That's
these.
fine.
That's all right.
Yeah, it would have been a 12, because for whatever reason it did minus 1 instead.
No, you're looking at mine.
Oh, okay, there
Yours
it
was
is.
4 plus 1 plus 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you're good.
I'm
All
a
right,
weak
you
lad.
actually all make pretty good time, and you make it around the edge here of that little forest by dusk, and you were, despite Otto's complaining, he actually manages to keep up reasonably well, keep a decent pace with the rest of you. So you can. I expect you're going to stop for the night, since it's almost another full day's walk.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anything at the campfire, or Any special
Reading.
activities?
Any aloe plants?
If you wanted to go wandering around a little bit, you could look to see if you find any interesting.
Yeah, not far at all.
Or-
Just around the campsite where they're setting up and stuff.
Okay, yeah. If you're not going to go far, you may try an intelligence roll with 1 bane for me then. So that would mean putting a -1 in the. Yeah, nothing within easy distance of the camp that's of any particular interest to you.
Oh, well, I tried.
Just some
Yeah.
firewood.
Otto
I was
lets.
gonna-
Good.
I was just saying I was going to be kind and try to make a wrap for your feet.
And here I was about to say Otto lets everybody else set up the camp as he watches.
Of course he does. I think that goes without saying by
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just try to play off my extended absence by bringing back an armful of wood or something.
Okay. All right. Well, you brought enough food for the road, certainly. So you just put that together. Your companion seems to kind of assume that she'll be doing the cooking, unless one of you kind of interrupts.
What does cooking go off of any? Thinking intellect, right? Or
Yeah, probably intellect.
I mean, I would assume I know how to cook because I know Otto doesn't fucking cook.
Yeah, so
Yeah, your mother up until recently was a fine cook. But it's certainly conceivable if you showed an interest that she would have shown you some things, although, that it's generally considered women's work to cook.
yeah, I was about to say,
But,
especially Nordic society, cooking's woman's work.
But that's kind of up to your conception.
Yeah. I'll eat it.
I'm a well-rounded individual, so I would probably offer to cook unless she preferred to.
No, she doesn't mind you helping her.
All right.
So,
Yeah, Otto says he's. Yes, Rhino, let her do the cooking. I haven't had a really good meal since the passing of your mother. No offense, boy.
Of course, Father. None taken at all. I would still help her prep things.
yep, it's very simple fare. You get the impression that she's actually quite experienced at this, but she's not interested in putting any great effort into this at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So she just kind of makes a quick soup, and spits a rabbit she brought along from the tower. And it's a simple dinner.
Yeah, Otto enjoys it. He's slurping as he eats it and gets it on his beard. And oh, yes, this is much better than you, Rhino. Much better. You'll have to learn some of that in your studies.
Yeah, the smell of fresh rabbit roasting with like some rub sage, that would definitely draw me away from my fish jerky and half of eaten apple. I like put it away and definitely get a bowl.
Well, Father, if you want better cooking, you could always attempt to hire her or buy me a cookbook instead of steal. I'm sitting there eating my soup, reading a book.
Or perhaps you could take a wife and then she could live with you in the home and she could cook for all of us.
I am not interested in such things at this time, Father.
And he just shrugs and... Very well, very well.
Colette kind of says to you, Reinhold, just kind of quiet. She says, your father's a lot easier to please than the old man.
He likes to pretend that he's a man of fineries, but he's really a man of simple taste.
She just nods and gives Otto a a brief look, and then sets out her little rolled up fur to sleep in.
As Wrecker eats, he gets a look on his face like he just suddenly developed a cure for cancer. He's struck with an epiphany. And he just goes, "These bandits, do you think they'll have a bounty on their heads? We could double our coin. If so,
We could ask around in Filton to see. I would imagine they've robbed others before. Perhaps they didn't kill me. Perhaps there are others they hadn't killed.
Or
That,
perhaps they killed
that's
someone
timely.
important. That would drive the bounty up. I never expected that I should be a bounty hunter, but, well, I go where the gold goes.
yeah, it's always good to have a full coin purse."
Yes, we agree on that most certainly.
So I suppose we shall ask around in Filton to see if that is something that the authorities are aware of.
Quietly, of course.
And I nod.
Give y'all a look at like, what's all the secrecy about, but he ain't gonna ask. He ain't press the matter. Just you can come from there, but y'all don't want to go there.
Otto just basically at this point, after he's done eating, he tucks himself in and is snoring before you know it. If anybody was gonna like set watches or anything, he didn't even ask.
Yeah, I figured even though I didn't help clean, I'd probably pick up the dishes and just automatically take first watch or assume I was on first watch.
There's only one to wash. And I mean, you each have like a little wooden bowl.
Oh, no, screw it. I'm not washing dishes.
You know.
I'm just picking them up. I said first watch.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I'd be nice enough to put the dirty, Mama always said put the bowls in the sink,
Now you just need a sink.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're going to watch for a bit. Is everyone else, I assume, just goes to sleep? Your watch is quiet. Nothing. You just hear the normal sounds of the night. Nothing strange. Who are you tapping someone for another watch, or are you just gonna let it go?
Old men need less sleep, so I'll wake the boy up first.
Okay.
That way Otto can take the last shift.
I would just sort of stretch and crack my neck and get up and very well then, and have my dagger kept close and just sort of sit around and listen, look.
Again, a quiet night. You see Colette sleeping in the firelight. Not sure if that has any allure, or whether you're just gonna sit and read instead.
Probably. She's attractive. I wouldn't be reading. I would take this fairly seriously.
Okay.
So I'd probably look to her every now and then. Obviously, sort of a
Creeping.
longing type thing. Yeah, creeping. Pre-Facebook creeping. Just
Apparently does not notice since she's sleeping soundly. She makes little sleepy moany noises once in a while and rolls over, but other than that, she seems normal. And the night is passing. Just make a will check for me with one boon, sir.
I hear bat wings fapping in the distance.
Very good. Okay, you stay awake. It's a little tedious and dull. Not that easy to just stay awake because you are tired and want to drift off. But you manage to stay awake. and feel you could even go through the rest of the night if you had to, but you could wake someone if you wish.
I consider it, but then I think about how my father would probably take this whole staying watch thing and sort of shake my head to that and decide I'll stay up for the rest of the night.
Okay. I would say Otto is probably the first to wake. The ground is not very comfortable, even with your blanket, and it's cold in the morning. And you see Otto sitting at the fire, very quiet and motionless. He looks like he's sort of maybe half awake.
Yeah, Otto's just rubbing his face, sitting around the fire, like poking at it with another stick as the embers kind of, burn just a little bit. I would assume the fire's not going anymore.
Actually, it's low, but someone's been keeping it up, and that would be Reinhold, of course.
Okay. He's just like sitting there, just waiting for other people to wake up.
I'm probably just rubbing my head because I've been awake for like however many hours, and I've slept for very few.
Yeah, you're sort of in that zombie state at the moment, but once you get moving, you'll snap out of it. Yep. So, Wrecker, Colette, they get up. Just some quick bread and an apple or two, and they're ready to head out.
Otto watches everyone break down camp as he's rubbing his feet.
I see Otto rub his feet, and as I'm breaking down, I just shake my head.
All right. You move along. It's a little more cloudy today than it was yesterday, but not bad. And you make reasonably good time. And you pass a familiar place, that little bend in the road that you remember so well, Reinhold. And I assume pass without comment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, and eventually you get to there's a little ford here, where some people call it a river. It's hardly large enough to really be a river, but this is a narrow spot, kind of a muddy ford there that you can get through to the other side. And as you approach Filton in the not far distance, you can see down at the shore's edge, like the little shanty town that has grown up in the past decades down by the water.
I would fall in step next to Otto and nudge him and point over there. That was the business opportunity I'm speaking of whenever we get another cart or get the cart back. I've heard they'll trade their wares, their fishes, and everything else for next to nothing. We can probably turn a good profit.
Excellent, excellent. You will make a merchant one day, no doubt.
Not my interest, Father. Simply trying to help get us back on our feet.
Yes, I have some ideas about that myself. We'll speak about it more later, but be careful here in Filton and in this upcoming hubbub that this woman has got us into. He kind of lowers his voice and he's like, I would not wish to lose my only kin remaining, or myself for that matter. I am too, handsome to die quite yet. And he kind of just like gives a shitty smile.
I would probably raise an eyebrow and then nod and head forward again, walking towards town.
Okay. You arrive at the gates of Filton, and it's late afternoon. Businesses are probably still mostly operating for maybe another hour or so or two, and then things will start to close up around dusk. So you were at the south tower, or south gate rather.
Otto brings up, he says, Wrecker, perhaps you and I should go to this blacksmith shop and acquire your steel, while Reinhold, well, perhaps looks for information on these thugs, and any powder for this pistol. He taps at the hilt on his waist. I go with the woman. Does that sound reasonable to all of you?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
I would nod, and yes, Father, that was my thinking as well.
Very good.
Do you know if the armorer or leather worker is near the blacksmith shop?
I'm assuming I would know, right, where these
Yes.
places are.
Yep, the leather goods is number 13.
Okay.
So that is over here. They're kind of on opposite sides of town. 19 on the east corner of town, edge of town, is the blacksmiths.
Yeah, Otto shakes his head. No, they are not, unfortunately, but the blacksmith is closer. We should head there first.
Looks
You know that
downtrodden and all right.
Yeah, all the tanning is done down at Shantytown. Nobody wants the stink of that in town.
Dead pigs.
All right, well, the guards at the gate just sort of give you a look over, and you seem to be not troublemakers, so they barely lift an eyebrow as you go in.
I would probably approach one of them and sort of proposition them with that information about this. I'd probably give descriptions and see if there's any kind of bounty on them or if they're known by the town.
One of them says that he heard something about that, but he doesn't know if there's a bounty on him. You could go check at the town hall.
I nod, and I would probably put that secondary to getting powder. And I think the first place I would probably check for powder would be the market square.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's where you're going first, is the market square?
Yeah, and if the town hall's open afterwards, I'll go in, but that's not as big of a concern.
Okay. All right. Colette will just tag along with you then.
Mm-hmm.
What about Wrecker and Otto?
I think we're going to head to the blacksmith shop, right?
Yeah, blacksmith shop first.
Okay. Then you guys go to there, and you guys are at the blacksmith shop. Okay. The blacksmith is a young fellow named Asher. You can see here. And you look over his stuff. He does not have a whole lot, unfortunately. I am showing you his list of wares. It's not much. He has some axe heads, which you could get. He tells you Kulzadur, the woodworker, could mount those on a pommel for you for pretty cheap. And he's got an old chip sword that he said some soldier that mustered out some time ago sold this, and he said it's been hanging here for a few months. You're welcome to it if you're interested. And he has a long knife that he himself crafted that's new and shiny. He said he'd be happy to make something for you on order. Interested and have the time.
Otto just lets. Yeah, go ahead.
So are the axe heads like a battle axe head, or are they just like a, as far as
no? They're like a
Woodsman's axe.
More like a woodsman's axe. It's not meant to be a weapon, although it would certainly serve as one.
And the chip sword is what, a long sword?
Yeah, it's a little rusty. The balance is just a tad off. It was never a great sword to begin with, but it's serviceable.
As a normal sword? Is there going to be like a bane attached to it, or?
Not a bane, but it's going to be like a -1 on your attack.
Long knife is is.
Yeah. Of all of them, the sword is the most likely to be damaging. It's just a little unbalanced. It's not as in great shape as it could be.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with the sword. Sword or battle axe would have been ideal. Yeah, make do out of doo-doo, I guess.
I guess when Otto sees you like looking at the sword, he says, "Oh, worry not. It's just for a time, and then I'm sure you could forge your own sword." And he looks at you expectingly.
I guess it'll have to do.
Well, we can sell this back to someone and probably make a profit. Worry not.
If I had the time, I could probably put a better edge on it.
He shrugs and looks to Asher and says, "Yes, this sword is damaged. How much did you say you were asking?"
I was asking 6 silver pieces for it, which is a very reasonable price. It's the only sword you'll find around here, I'm sure. Don't get many calls for a weapon like this.
Yes, no calls for a weapon that is damaged. I am quite sure of that.
He looks a little... You see him kind of frown a little bit, and he says, "Well, it's an old weapon to be sure, but he picks it up and he says it will do the job if you're looking to have something that'll scare your opposition, whoever that might be."
Yes, this man is my guard, and he kind of like points at Wrecker and kind of like pushes his finger against his big ass arm, and he's like, "This man needs a fine weapon, but I guess this will do for 4 silver."
4? He looks unhappy at that. You can make an intellect roll with no boon or bane in this case.
As he introduces me, I'll reach and do the whole motion for, "Can I hold the blade?"
Yeah.
Fucking Otto.
And if he gives it to me, then I'm gonna bust down into one of my old mercenary fighting. 'Cause I used to be a merc. One of the little practice katas where you spin the pommel in your hand side to side, swing around, practice thrusting, and put on a little show.
Okay. Yeah, he watches your display and he sort of distractedly says to Otto, he says, I suppose 4 silver pieces is not too terribly unfair.
"Not unfair at all, my good man." And he reaches out to shake his hand.
And he says, you have the coin ready.
"Oh, I have it on me, yes." And he takes the coin out of his pouch and puts it in his palm.
Okay.
4.
He counts it out a little slowly, and then nods to himself and seems satisfied and slips it in his little apron And he says, "The sword is yours. Good fortune with it. If you want a finer blade, I could craft one for you. It'd take a few weeks."
He just
Unless
shrugs
you-
and looks at Wrecker.
Wrecker just does the one nod no. And as you're discussing price, though, he finally finishes his little kata, and he'll look at it, and he'll hear the price being negotiated for. He goes, 4 is a good price. The pommel and the wrapping is loose on the tang. Weapon could kill, I reckon, but it would take some doing.
He says, yes, you got a good price for it.
You got a
I
good
think
price,
it's,
my man. You got a good price. And he, smacks Wrecker on the shoulder, and he's like, let's go.
All right. He kind of, as you leave, you can see he kind of looks like he's not sure he got a good deal out of that, but he just shrugs and goes back to making horseshoes.
As we're walking away and Otto takes out to the street, I'm going to step back before this guy leaves and put one of my own silver on the table and push it towards him. Nod to him.
God.
Blacksmith to blacksmith.
Oh, he seems surprised, but takes it and just kind of nods respectfully to you, and puts it in his pouch with the others. And he says, "I wish you a good day, sir."
To you as well.
And Otto just kind of... Did Otto see that exchange?
You can both. I would both like a perception roll from both of you. Sorry. You might.
Both perception?
Just perception, yeah. PER. Oh, okay. Otto, no, you did not notice that he did that. I think you're preoccupied with your victory.
How great I am. Yeah.
Yeah. You're walking out ahead of him.
Mm-hmm. This game could easily become just me, screwing over people.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, man. I'm just here to make you happy. All right. So Reinhold is in the center of town and looking around, and so it seems you're looking for some gunpowder. That's going to be a little tough to find. I'm going to let you make an intellect roll with 1 bane for that.
Natural 20.
See if you get lucky here.
Sure don't.
Oh, God.
Oh, my. All right, yes.
Cayenne pepper. Here you go.
If there is if there's a way for something really bad to happen, when you get less than a 1, that's usually something quite bad. In this case, not so much. But I would say you get a little distracted during your hunting. Because she's interested in seeing what's there. She looks pretty excited just, by the pretty fabrics and little
So it's sort of the shopping with
baubles.
the girlfriend thing where you just
Yeah.
there and your eyes glaze over.
You get a little distracted, and you realize, and maybe don't mind so much, but it seems she's sort of leading this little shopping expedition. And she picks out a few nice little things for herself.
Would I happen to see any weapons around at all that look of interest to me? Probably not. The market square.
Nothing of any particular utility. I mean, there's plenty of little knives and daggers and carved walking staff and things like that, but as far as weapons of war, not really.
How much is the staff?
A staff is about 5 copper pieces. It's a better weapon than your dagger, generally speaking.
Is. Yeah, because it is still a finesse weapon. It goes off deck. So yeah, why not? I'm gonna buy a staff.
All right.
Just pretend the bad guys are pinatas, and you'll be okay.
All right. Let me add that.
Staff actually is not bad at all. Wow.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
it's
weapons
not,
of old.
It's not too bad. And you're gonna use your agility, it seems like.
Yeah, because that's the one that's not negative.
Mm-hmm. All right. You are now the proud owner of a staff.
And so
Infection.
after that, if Colette's coming with me, then
You cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, while you're still finishing up your shopping, they arrive in the square and meet up with you.
We'll try to get to the other works.
Your shopping took quite a bit longer than theirs did.
They didn't have any shields at the blacksmith woodwork.
Yeah, if you want to find a shield, that's not too hard to find somewhere. Actually, there probably is you could buy an old, like a wooden shield here in the market.
Oh, definitely score then.
Okay.
I'll return the 2 fingers to his scrawny arm and playful pat on the back that he gave me at the blacksmith. I'll go, look, a shield.
And he's like, yes, a board. He's like, do you need a board to put on your arm?
a board.
That's going to increase your defense by 1, so I popped up your defense there. The blue circle is your defense. The green is your health, and red, so your max health, and then fill up your red as you take wounds.
If the blade was up to spec, I would not need the shield, but the two together, I would probably be all right.
All right. And he would negotiate the sale. Every time he's going to negotiate, try to get cheaper, but
Yeah,
we don't need to do that.
I'm going to argue over a 5 copper piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure you talk him down a copper.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get it down to 4.
Yeah. There will never be anything I buy that I don't negotiate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would probably check that town hall now.
Yeah, as he sees Reinhold, he says, "Oh, did you get me a walking stick?" And he kind of like reaches out and just kind of grabs it from Reinhold.
And I would hold it firm in my grasp. No, this one is mine.
Oh. Did you find the powder?
Regretfully not. I looked all around. There was no powder or bullets to be found in this place. I'm not really sure where else I could go to check. I thought maybe the Emporium, but...
He
I sort of
frowns.
shrug.
Yeah. Like, well, you can go to the town hall. I'll go with him to the tanner.
I would nod and
Okay.
head over.
And Otto will look around for, like, probably not. He probably trusts that Reinhold looked around for him, but he's also going to take a peek and see if he can find anything. But yeah.
You can try an intellect with 2 Banes. Yeah, I think you lose interest very quickly, and you're kind of thinking, yeah, Reinhold didn't find anything. You're giving it a look, and the likelihood of somebody selling gunpowder in a square, where in a town where very few people, although you do know that that some of the guard have arquebuses. They're kind of proud of that. They don't use them very often, but they probably have to maintain some gunpowder at the barracks.
They probably wish they could use them more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the town hall, you can speak to one of the councilmen, Phileas, who Otto knows somewhat, but Reinhold, you've probably never really met him. But he's today handling public business with just people coming in with requests or questions. And he looks you over and he says, "What do you require, young man?"
I had an inquiry about some certain individuals that are unscrupulous. Perhaps they'd be needing taken care of, a bounty by the town hall.
He looks annoyed and says, "I'm afraid you'll have to be a little more specific, man. I've got business to take care of."
Yes, sir, of course. My apologies. And then I would go into describing them. And if I remember, I think Brock introduced himself, so I would give his name, but then just give descriptions of a few of the other ones to see if he's got anything there.
He says, "A bounty, you say? I'm not aware of any bounties being placed on any such men. I've heard rumors of some minor banditry in the area, but so far it's only been brought up on occasion in council, and so far no one's offered to put any money towards it, so I'm afraid no bounty. Would you like to offer a bounty? I could enter it into the rolls."
Oh, no, thank you, my good sir. I don't think my coin would be very appealing. I did have one more inquiry, though. I'm sorry to take more of your time, but would you happen to know where perhaps someone would be selling gunpowder in town?
Gunpowder? Well, the captain must maintain gunpowder, but I doubt they'd sell it to the public.
No, not.
You can make a, let's see, a willpower check for me. He says, he seems to be eager to get rid of you. And he says, you could try Geary's new shop. He's making a big deal about having all sorts of uncommon items. He's trying to generate interest. Perhaps he has such a thing.
I see. Thank you for your time, good sir. I'll be leaving now. I would nod and shake his hand if he's...
He's not interested in shaking hands. No.
And that
you don't look important.
So I would just leave, and if Otto's still in the square, I would let him know.
Yeah, that didn't take very long. Well, you did have to wait a few minutes, though. So yeah, they're off getting their leather goods. What are you interested in? Just some leather armor, I believe.
Ideally, it would be hard leather.
Yeah, that's doable. That's 5 silvers.
Like studded leather, yeah.
Yes, hard leather. That's 5 silvers. There may be brigandine. Let me see. It's unlikely.
I think hard leather is what my strength can hold. Strength 11.
Yeah, you can do hard leather or brigandine. Fairly. There is a suit of brigandine. It is a very ill fit for you. But it could be, so quote unquote tailored to fit you. But it's heavier.
Yeah, hard studded leather is ideal for a Norseman.
Okay, then that's an easy one. 5 silver, and Otto, go ahead and make your obligatory intellect.
Yeah.
And really, for this sort of thing, you can use intellect or willpower, whichever one. I mean, right? I know right now it makes no difference, but
Right.
in
Smarts.
future you can use smarts or you can use pressure or
Sheer badgering them till they give
yeah,
it.
exactly. It's a different approach, but the end result's the same. No. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you talk him down to a little under 4.
Okay.
3 and 5 copper is what he's willing to go
Okay.
down to. And so, Wrecker, that's actually going to pop you up. You now have a 13 defense between your shield and your hard leather.
Starting to look like a baby warrior.
Yes, a little bit. All right, and then you can all meet up again.
Yep. Head back, and Otto's smiling.
He's been wheeling and dealing all day. Yes, Father, unfortunately I checked the town hall. No bounty on the men. However, he had a tip on gunpowder that is someone besides the watch.
Where would that be?
And just to clarify, Gary's the one who bought the shop. Jerry's the one who bought the shop from us, correct?
Actually, not entirely the one who bought the shop.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of, yes. He's sort of the one who bought the shop.
Yeah, it's Gary Kell, right? Is that who we're talking about? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Otto frowns and he's like, can't say. Does Gary know Reinhold?
He does.
Oh.
I have maybe, and he's trying to he just shakes his head and he's like, I will not give that man. I would not piss on his back if he was on fire. I won't give him any of my coin for anything.
And Reinhold shrugs. Well, Father, it's your prerogative, but you won't have any powder or shot for that.
Well, let's try the guard, I would say.
And he just shakes his head. Very well.
The time is getting late. Things are starting to close up now.
Yeah. Is there an inn in town, I'm assuming?
There is. There's a Wayfarer's Inn, and that's really where most people would consider staying. There's the Green Cups Inn as well. The Green Cups is right here. And that's actually, the Green Cups is owned, I think it's by somebody you know.
Yeah, I want to...
Hans owns the Green Cups.
Oh yeah, we won't be going there.
Yeah. The Wayfarer's Inn then is your best option. That's down near where you just came in.
Perfect.
Southern gate.
So Otto looks at, he's like, we should probably get rooms. The Wayfarer's Inn is down, and he just kind of swings a limp wrist down the road, kind of pointing in that direction.
And you passed your house right here too. B is your home. So I don't know if you said anything or made any. I don't think so. Yeah.
And we don't own that anymore, right?
Oh,
we
yes,
sold
you
that.
do.
Oh,
yeah.
We do.
You still have the house. You have not managed. You haven't attempted a sale of the house yet.
Okay.
I would raise my eyebrow at the suggestion of getting rooms and rooms at the inn, Father. What happened to you being thrifty?
Yes, well, he looks at Wrecker and Colette, and he's like, they can stay there if they wish. He kind of just frowns. He's like,
That's right.
let me see something. And he's like, come with me. And he heads down to his house. And he's like,
Are
Yeah.
you motioning to everybody?
yeah.
Okay. All right, though. Colette will follow along.
And he's like,
And as you're going down, Colette says to Reinhold, I trust we're going to take care of our business soon.
Yes, I was going to drop that off on the way to wherever we're going.
and he... Yeah, I mean, are we within the time frame to do this?
I needs to be there before night, I think.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, okay, so Otto would peek inside his house and see if there's anyone in there. Or any...
No.
No. And he kind of like, he's like, wait here, I want to take a look at something. And he goes inside and looks around and hold on.
How late in the evening is it now? Because I want to be able to get this set up
it's
comfortably.
coming up, but up on dusk now. It's still light out. So you can still see just fine.
Because my thinking is that we're going to make this drop where it's supposed to be a dead drop, but we're going to sit around and sort of hide and watch this person pick it up and follow them, unless that's been discussed at a different time. I was thinking that was our plan, but I don't... Or capture the guy, and I don't really know what our plan was, if we made any.
We were all very stealthy, I'd say. Follow him.
I think
Yeah,
that's probably going to be based off edge, but I mean, I don't mine's average, so I don't know.
Yeah, same here. Best bet is to surround them.
Yeah, just take him and make him tell us where shit is. Alright. Well, it's still going to require stealth to sit there and catch the guy. But yeah, it's probably easier to do than multiple. Follow him. So I guess we're capturing him.
Otto exits the house and he's like, yes, it's I suppose we could stay here tonight, but he looks at everyone. He's like, but I do not feel right. It's just too sad for me. Too sad. Let's stay at the inn. We'll take care of the house tomorrow. We'll try to get a sale.
Father, we're doing some other business here tonight, remember?
Yes, oh yes, let's take care of that first. But I should... Well, he just kind of like stammers and he's like, I need powder for this gun if I need to use it.
And I would roll my eyes and reach in my pocket and give him my dagger. We're not getting any powder with nightfall fast approaching, unless you wish to go proposition the guard. But I have an obligation.
That is what I was going to do. It won't take but a minute.
Otto, I'd like a willpower check from you with the boon.
Okay.
Oh dear. Yes, you are white shaken up at the moment.
Yeah.
Would his hands be shaking as if he's trying to take this dagger from me, or?
No, I'm not. I already have my dagger, but yeah, I would. I'm shaking and looking. I'm echoing through you, Wolf. So he's like very pale.
Yeah, Wrecker notices when he comes out. I mean, it's obvious when he comes out of the house that he just looks very out of sorts, and very uncomfortable, maybe even a tad evasive. He just like he closes it and locks up a little quicker than you would expect, and just get an odd feeling.
Yes. I must have the gunpowder. I need more than that. I need protection. I have record, but I need more. I need this gunpowder. Don't worry, it won't take but a second. Come with me now. Come on.
Father, I will go drop this off. Have Wrecker with you. I will go with Colette to the back of the blacksmith shop and do what I was bidden to do.
Yes, that's fine.
Colette,
Yes.
Colette does seem getting impatient here.
And I would sort of look my father up and down and obviously like narrow my eyes suspiciously, but then just shake my head and push past him.
All right. You can head off to the barracks, it sounds like. That's up there, the red 10 building.
Yeah, that's what Otto would do.
Okay. And is Wrecker going with Otto?
He doesn't want to because he's given his word too.
Well, you are a free man, Wrecker.
Oh, I won't go anywhere myself. But
Yeah, I'd stand my ground.
now, Wrecker, I bought you all this gear for you to protect me.
It was also for our mission, and we gave our words to the lady here.
Yes, we will have time for that as well. We will have time for that.
Look up at the setting sun and Colette and go, do you think we have time?
She just puts her hands up in resignation and just says, do what you have to do. We can wait.
We will be quick. We will be
Don't
quick.
be long. Yeah.
I will
Alright.
drag him by the collar myself if he takes too long.
She just nods and follows Reinhold over that way. All right, so Reinhold and Colette, you can see, this is the front of the blacksmith. And so you assume around back is...
Yep.
But she's not making any move to go any closer at this point. She says, let's just wait till we're all together. There's no... As long as they don't take too long.
So I would sort of look around for some place to sit that's out of the road and pull the book out of my pack, but also eye up the sun.
There's an old barrel in front of one of these places, so you could sit there and read, and she'll just kind of stand around and look about.
I would
All right.
take her standing and just look down the barrel, look at her. Would you prefer the barrel? I don't mind standing.
She just shakes her head and kind of looks away. You can tell she's a little impatient.
They're curious men, but my father's curious, but he shall be back soon, I promise. If not, we will take care of it ourselves.
She kind of does a strange smile, and then but says nothing. All right, Otto, you go to the barracks.
Mhm.
You've probably only ever been here. I don't know. You may never have been here before. I'm not sure if you ever had call to be here. It's the
Yeah,
barracks.
I've probably walked by it, but never really.
Yeah, I doubt you've ever had to spend a night in the jail either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you walk into the barracks, and you do sort of know the captain.
Mhm. He's probably
but-
bought stuff off him before and whatnot.
Yes. So you can certainly, talk to him if you want to.
He's probably the only person that has authority to sell me anything, so I might as well.
Yeah. I think I have him in here. Okay, so you talk to him, and he says, I haven't seen you around town much, Otto.
Yes, I've been out of town with some business to the south, and that is why I've come here.
Business to the south.
Yes, a enterprise I am currently involved in. He just kind of smiles.
See?
Yes, anyway, I am looking for, well, oddly enough, gunpowder. And bullets.
Gunpowder and bullets would not be easy to find here.
And that's why I've come to you, good sir. I know that you have arquebuses.
Arquebuses. I wouldn't expect one of you to be familiar with such things. You
Not so much, really. I just know that they shoot, and I have... And he kind of, points to his pistol. He's like, yes, I've come into possession of this pistol, but if I want to sell it for a good price, well, I will have to have all the machinations for it. Gunpowder and bullets.
I see. And you want me to provide you with those things?
Well,
And
yes,
why?
sir.
Why exactly would I do that?
Well, for coin, of course. You do not use them so much as I have heard, and I'm sure you could always use more funds for your coffers.
Says we've not had much occasion to use them, no.
And so it is a wasted asset, I would say. I would even buy the Arbicus off you if you would allow it, but I assume not, good sir. I would never ask that of you.
He says, you're willing to pay? I suppose I can't turn that down.
Yes, of course I am. And you know my money is good enough. I would like a decent amount of both so I could be supplied.
He says, well, you're a man of business. You understand I have to sell it to you for more than it costs us.
Oh, of course, of course.
Because I'll have to replace it. And that's not cheap.
He says, I understand.
He says, how many rounds are you interested in purchasing?
How about, 20?
His eyebrows raised. 20. Says, are you going on a long-range hunt expedition?
Yeah, I'm even giving a damn look at that, like, huh?
Well, no, not exactly, but I want to be able to sell them, of course. Who doesn't want a bullet?
Pretty much anyone that doesn't have a firearm doesn't want a bullet.
You would be
That's pretty much
surprised.
everybody in town. But I won't refuse to separate you from your coin if you're insistent. He says for 20.
And the powder.
He goes to his quartermaster and tries to figure out how much it's costing them, and he looks it over and he comes back with a price of 5 silver coins. And he looks at you hard and says, not a copper less.
And Otto, he's like, I suppose I can... And he looks very, very strained that he can't negotiate this guy down, right? But he kind of realizes the just rarity of what he's doing right now. And he says, very well, 5.
All right. He says, well, you agreed to that quite readily. I'm sure I could have gotten 7 from you, but 5 it is.
Yes, I would not, He just, looks like he's gonna retort something, but he doesn't, because he's just like, alright, whatever.
All right. He gladly takes your cash and instructs his quartermaster to prepare 5 bullets and ample and sufficient powder for the shots.
And he's like, well, thank you, Captain. It's always a pleasure to see you.
You said 5 bullets?
Is it now? I think I've probably seen you 3 times in my life.
It's a pleasure all the same. All 3 times were a pleasure.
Well, now it's 4, I suppose.
Yes.
He says, if you go through the 20 shots too quickly, I suppose I might find it in my heart to sell you a little more.
Oh, you're quite the benefactor of such a lowly man such as I.
You can attempt a perception roll, Otto.
Okay.
while they're talking, I resign myself to the lax, quiet, reserved body language of a bodyguard. But once they start talking all this stuff, I'm going to start shifting my weight and growing impatient.
You notice that the money he gives to the quartermaster to replace this is only 3 silver.
Mm-hmm.
And Otto says, yes, also, I do not know, do you have a home in town, sir?
Where else would I have a home?
Well, I did not know if you rented, or I imagine you are a man of means, so never mind. I will be putting my house on the market.
Well provided for by the town. He seems a little ruffled by that implication.
Yeah, he says, I meant no harm, sir. I will be putting my house for sale soon, and you look like a man who could fill it. There are 2 beds.
Hardly need 2. But if I run into anyone looking to buy a house, I'll be sure to send them your way.
Very well, then.
Excuse me, I have some drills to attend to.
Yes, important drills, I'm sure.
You're quite sure there are no drills to attend to.
Yeah.
He walks away.
Yeah. Otto's just turns around and leaves. He's like, we have somewhere to be, Wrecker.
No shit.
Yeah. He starts fiddling around with his gun, and I'm sure he's like messed around with it last preceding day to kind of try to figure out how it works. And
I'm spun on hill and the first one out of the door as soon as I see business concluded.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think, Reinhold has read about how this is done. You don't really know exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shoot himself.
You understand the basic procedure, but you're not really sure about quantities and necessarily the order you do things.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him.
You're just not 100% sure about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask him when we get back to help me out, load my gun for me.
All right. Well, it's a short walk down to the blacksmith's, and you see them loitering there near the corner. And if Colette had a watch, she would be looking at it impatiently.
And Otto nods, and he's like, I have it. And he kind of waves some of the crap that he just bought.
As we get back and we spot them, I want to distance myself. I want to be as much as within earshot, but not immediately associated with them, in case we do have eyes on or anything.
Okay.
And I would look at my father and nod, and I'm sure Colette's looking at the sundial on her wrist.
Yes, she says, can we get down to business then?
I am always ready for business.
She kind of half rolls her eyes a little bit.
Hop off the barrel and put my book away and grab my staff and start walking towards the back of the shop.
Now, the book was making a little more sense when you weren't having to walk at the same time. All right. Yes.
Anyone wasn't being distracted by Dad.
Yeah. Okay, she goes with you. What are the other 2 of you doing?
I just stand around the corner and wait. I'm trying to stay next to Wrecker if possible.
Okay, so you guys were sort of here opposite that well. Wrecker, it seems, was just kind of around the corner trying not to be associated, and so they're heading off this way to get to the back of the shop. So what are you doing? where are you trying to position yourself? Otto.
I would be probably right here or so, something like that.
Okay. And Wrecker, are you moving or are you just kind of loitering there?
He's going around the back of the shop. Yeah, I'd have to try to keep everybody within eye shot.
Yeah, it's not going to be possible to keep everyone in eye shot once they go around the corner.
What kind of buildings is immediately around here? We're putting it behind what, the blacksmith shop? What other kind of buildings are back there?
Mostly these are homes along the wall.
I doubt very seriously the bandit would live right where they're dropping. Probably meander around to the corner here somewhere.
That's where they're going.
Oh, that's where they're going?
Mm-hmm. Around back. This is the back of the.
Oh, I'd be around here then. Yeah, I'd be around here then.
Okay. All right. Back around in the back of the blacksmith shop, you can see a lot of people keep their garbage and stuff in the back here. It's not very well kept. And there is a sort of an old, like a water barrel right behind the blacksmith shop. There's a door that goes right next to the barrel from the back of the blacksmith's. So you would assume that must be the barrel, since there aren't any other obvious barrels around here.
Yeah, so I would take the sack of coins. Oh, no, does she have it?
She has it, and she actually does not hand it to you.
I point over that barrel there. Coins are supposed to be in the bottom of it within 2 weeks' time from when I spoke to them.
All right. She takes a look around and walks up to the barrel and takes another look around and just sort of plops the sack into the water. Even from here, you can see it's kind of dirty, greasy water. And
turn out my nose that a bit. So,
and she walks back. And it is time for a quick bio break for me.
Sounds good. I will do the same.
Said within 2 weeks, and it's only been about 3 days, 4 days.
What's that? To put it behind the?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was said, right?
Well, he said within 2 weeks' time.
Oh.
I think it's only been 4 days. They gotta send some chump around sometime.
Yeah, we had to walk down there. That was 2 days. Well, he walked down 2 days, 3 days. It's been 5 days.
The hardest part's just gonna be trying to remain hidden no matter what we do. But looks like, though, if that's a back alleyway, if we can just block that, block the main entrance and hold our ground. Probably.
All right, I am back. That was quick.
Hopefully they only send 2 at most. Buddy system.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get Rhino to teach me how to work this apparatus.
Oh boy.
All right, we're all back. So she walks back to you at the corner and says, "All right, what now?"
Now I believe we wait. Check back each night.
Check back.
They were non-specific about when they would pick up the coins. We'll just have to keep checking until they show up.
They might come in the middle of the day. Are we supposed to squat here and wait?
And I would smile, unless you have a better idea, Father. As I yell at you from across the city.
Yeah. Yes, you just see them having conversation over there. So actually, you wouldn't even see them. Their
Yeah.
time is just passing while you're over there.
Undertones, so hopefully they can hear me. Just be like, most ruffians tend to stick to the shadows. They probably send some in at night. Best if we take to the shadows ourselves and wait it out. See what happens. If two of us want to go in the back alleyway, they can hide there, the other two on the other side. Ideally, we would trap them in the middle. Do not let them get back out into the open street.
Now, you said that there was a door next to this barrel, right?
Yeah, that goes into the blacksmith's.
Can I, test that and see if it's locked? I'm assuming it is, but...
Let's go stay.
It is. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
good.
locked.
That's all I wanted to check. And, I guess, it's not night yet, so we've got an opportunity for this night. I think we all just stay here until something or nothing happens.
So you're all just gonna kind of stand out there in the street, or
Hide.
I'm
Let
not
me,
standing yet. I'm going to use the shadows.
So where are you positioned then if the barrel is here?
Can I have a general description of what's around? Maybe other barrels, trash things, maybe trash bins.
Yeah, there's some
Crevices.
refuse. There's refuse in like a old crate, or there's probably some clothes hanging up to dry and that sort of thing around here. This is like everybody's backyard back here.
Mm-hmm.
Of the people that reside here.
Do I have a hood on my jacket then? Or am I wearing clothes, just regular clothes, or do I have like a sort of a jacket type thing where I have a hood?
Well, you can say you have a hood.
Because I was just going to try to sit near some trash like I was a beggar or something, keep my hood pulled up over and sort of sit Indian style and have like a bowl or something. If I have a bowl and hold it out.
Okay. Where do you want to do that?
Right around where I'm at.
Okay.
I think Otto would, after he gets Reinhold to show him how to load his gun.
Okay.
Intellect
Reinhold?
check, right?
Reinhold, make an... actually, you know what? We're going to make your intellect check at the moment he attempts to use the weapon.
Oh, of course.
And then we'll
Nice.
see what his...
Yeah.
To see how well he instructed you.
Yes.
Let's see if I lose my hand. But
I read
yes.
that in a book once.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Trickles the gunpowder on the bridge of his finger and snorts it.
All right, it's good to go.
Yeah.
I think I would stay pretty much where I am.
Somebody needs to go. He can't hide right there, though. Very good. My thoughts was if two people were inside, and then maybe me and the mage outside. When they came around and went in, two people could rush in, and me and her, since in my mind we're the strongest two, would be keeping them from running back out.
Good luck getting Otto to do anything dangerous.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the outside. That's just the way it is.
Just camping out in front of the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, well, Otto will go pretty much where he's told to go by Wrecker, but he will not go where he thinks the fighting would be. So if there are people in here, he would not go in there, right? He probably would stay out here somewhere, and he wants to be next to Wrecker.
Yeah, well, screw it. I'll make it sound like this is the worst spot it's gonna be, and I'll go in there because I don't want to scare him with my ill dude. It's an armored guy with a sword. Tell the mage maybe to hang out around with Reinhold. Pretend you're a couple or something.
Couple of beggars.
Couple beggars. He says unlikely.
I was talking about a couple. But
He says if somebody's coming to collect this and then there's many people in sight, she says I'm concerned it will frighten them off.
Cause I got no problem playing possum in the alleyway, laying down, acting like I'm a drunk, like leaned up in the corner or something with my wine skin out in one hand, hide my sword under my leg in the other, and just look like I'm sleeping it off.
Okay. There you go. I guess she will wait around the corner with Reinald. Said you and I can perhaps pretend like we're a couple, although I'm not sure anyone would buy that.
Father-daughter.
Yes, you could be my daughter. That seems more reasonable.
How about your insubordinate daughter?
I already have an insubordinate child, so what's one more?
Just cry a lot and pretend you have boy problems.
Just don't get into your role too seriously, she says.
He just shrugs. He's like, don't worry, my dear, I'm a good father.
I would be rolling my eyes as hard as possible if I heard
She
that.
shakes her head. She says, I'll have to ask Reinald about that, his opinion later.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
He's like, look how brave we are. And he's just like looking around.
She, while she's bored and standing there, you can see she kind of does a little finger game with a coin where she kind of rolls it between her fingers. And she seems somewhat adept at it. And time passes. Wrecker, you can give me a... Actually, everybody needs to give me a willpower check. It gets dark. It's,
Fuck.
Y'all fall asleep.
It's pretty dark here. Well, Otto, yeah, you are having a really hard time. Wrecker, this is a tough gig for you. You're lying there. It's very comfortable after a while. You may be starting to nod off a bit just because you're used to having to do stupid things like this, so you may you may change your position or something like that, or do something to try to help yourself stay awake, but you're worried that if you just stay here lying like this, you're gonna fall asleep eventually.
Definitely. Then I'll move a little bit deeper back into the corner, do the whole drunk peeing on the wall, one arm against the wall type thing.
Okay. How long are you guys gonna stay like this?
That's a good question. I mean, we're assuming he's gonna check it at night at some point. So
In my mind, it's military mode. Stakeouts are stakeouts. You deal with it. You do it. So I'm in the indefinite bracket.
I don't know.
I'm motivated because I want to be able to hang out in that tower and study whenever I'm not studying elsewhere.
I'm not real thrilled about being in Filton anyway, so I don't know how long Otto would stay here. He might, but here's the catch, right? he's not going to go back on his own. So what else
Mhm.
is he going to get? He doesn't want to be by himself, so that might be the only reason he stays and does this past when he starts getting tired.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, you. Okay, so let's see. Otto, or sorry, Reinhold, you can make another. Make a perception check, actually, with one bane, please. Ooh. You barely make it. And Wrecker, you can make a perception check without any modification. Okay. Reinhold, you're not sure how long it's been. You know you dozed off. But you notice a kind of a you actually wake because there's you feel like a wind pass by you, some stirring in the air, and it wakens you, and you sort of half come to consciousness, and you can see that there's this cloaked, hooded man who heads over to the barrel after kind of looking around. You can see he kind of looks in your direction, and like he's staring at you from under the hood.
I would not directly look at him. I just sort of like shuffle around like I was sleeping or something, motioning back around and then not move for a little while. But I'm very aware that he's there.
Make a will check with a bane, or a boon, please. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you stay nice and still, and you can tell he's staring at you for a little while, very curiously, and then seems satisfied and goes over to the barrel, and you can hear some quietly muttered curses as he climbs into the barrel.
Oh, well, at the moment that I hear water splishing and splooshing, as I imagine that it is with him getting into it, I stand up immediately and say, I see you've come to collect.
He was in the process of sort of reaching down with one hand, like crouching down in the barrel to reach down. And when you say that, he straightens up really quick, and looks like he's going to try to get out of the barrel real quick, and he and the barrel tip over away from you. Like he in his lurching quick motion, he and the barrel topple down. Wrecker, you certainly are aware of this now. You really didn't see this going on from across the way there, but you hear a crash over there of wood like splintering and a grunt.
Spin around. Can I see a man falling to the ground or anything?
It's shadows over there, so it's very hard to see, but you can see some moving form right behind the blacksmith's shop.
No hesitation. I'm spin around and shuffle up as fast as I can.
Okay.
If I can see him on the ground, my initial reaction would just be simply hammer him in the side of the head with the edge of my shield.
You can make a perception with a bane to see if you can see him, but it's tough. It's very dark in this little back alley here. No, you don't see him. And in fact, Reinhold, what are you doing when that happens?
I'm going at him and trying to take this guy. So I'm
okay. Yeah, actually,
he's here.
Wrecker, you actually confuse Reinhold for not Reinhold. You think that that's him.
Oh shit.
So, what happened to Reinhold?
I don't know. I can't select them.
Oh, I accidentally moved you. Sorry. So you got a 0. That's bad. You actually swing your hammer at Reinhold, thinking that he's the guy. Because by the time you get over there, Reinhold is over the guy in the barrel, and you think that that's the guy trying to get up and get away. So you can take a shot at Reinhold.
Okay, well, my original intention, like I said, was if I saw this guy on the ground, would be to go up and hit him with the edge of my shield and knock him, like a sap, knock him unconscious.
Yeah.
So in that same vein, since I just see a shape, it would still be with my shield. It would just be, I guess, since it's not on the ground, it would just be like a shield bash.
Okay. So actually, I should give you a shield bash, because you may end up doing that again later. So give me just a second. I can throw that on you so we don't have to mess with it.
I just wouldn't go up to the guy and stab him not knowing it was. But if I see
I didn't think you were going to stab him.
Yeah. Oh, this dude's in the barrel. Oh, shit. Just knock him out with the shield. Bam.
Okay. Let's see.
Instead, I'm going after the mysterious beggar.
Good work. Glad Dad's paying you.
That's what do you think I paid him for?
Hey, beat the shit out of my son from time to time. My hands can be clean.
All right, you have a shield there now, so you can go ahead and give him a bash. You're trying to.
And is the darkness, or are we close enough we can actually engage without boons or pain?
Yeah, you're okay.
Oh, do I have to target somebody when I do it?
No, you shouldn't have to.
I just did it. I just did it, but nothing happened.
Didn't ask you to put any banes in or boons?
One shield. It says no attribute was found for at bandit strengths.
Oh. I copied something. Hold on. I know what happened. Got to do that. Okay, now it's fixed. Sorry.
Oh, good.
That is a hit. Barely. You take 1 damage, Reinhold. Not too bad, and it's a surprise to you. You thought he was coming over to help.
Now green is damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Green is your max health. So
Okay.
red is where you'll keep track of the
Okay.
Over anxious to re-enter my first battle. I got him. No! As the shield hits.
Damn it! What the hell?
And this guy tries to scramble up, and let's see how well he does.
He thinks I'm on his side now.
Yeah, he gets up, and starts to scramble away. He's trying to run. So he's kind of running off in this direction, but he hasn't gotten very far because he had to squirm his way out of the barrel while you were smashing Reinhold rather. So Reinhold, what are you doing other than getting smacked in the head with a shield?
Damn it, Wrecker, it's me! And then shake out the cobwebs and try to go back after the guy, I guess.
Yeah. Wrecker, you can see the guy running too. So now you're kind of aware of what happened.
I want to try to trip him up with my staff if I can.
I'm looking for someone standing, and he was on the ground, and I go, oh! Definitely, now it's on. I wanted to use my sword, but he hasn't. He's just trying to get away. I'll do my hammer.
Yeah, he's running. You're gonna have to catch him if you're gonna try to attack him.
Yeah, rush him down and try to cap him. Back of the
Okay.
head or back of the head or back of the knees, but not really a called shot.
Okay.
Use his own speed against him.
Make an agility check. Speed isn't actually a roll. That's just a value. It'll just tell you what your speed is if we're in actually a situation where we need to see how far you can move, but that's not really applicable here. This is kind of a road race, as it were.
So agility?
Yeah, he's running. Yeah, he's outpacing you a little bit. Reinhold, I assume you're running after him too.
Yep.
So you may do it. Yeah, he's outpacing you, and he seems to be very familiar with. After a moment of the confusion with the barrel and your shouting and all that, he seems now to at least kind of know where he's at and what he's doing, and he kind of rushes under this overpass building here, kind of under and start to run out through. And you guys are trying to keep up with him, but he's a little faster than you at the moment.
Is Otto completely asleep still?
Yes, Otto is out.
Okay.
And let's see. He rushes down this way, and you guys are trying to keep up with him. What else are you trying to do, or just gonna try to focus on catching him, or what?
Ain't not much else to do.
Got to get him in arm's reach to hit him. No ranged weapons. Unless I throw him and hammer at him.
All right. He takes off through there and has a chance to see.
Is the mage asleep too?
You don't. Well, she's around. They're around the corner, so it would have been hard for them to. They certainly couldn't have seen anything, and they may not even have heard it. It hasn't been extremely loud so far. There's a tussle and all that, but you don't know what's going on with them at the moment. So you guys are rushing out. We'll do another agility check here and see how everyone does.
I'd say I catch him.
Ooh, pretty good. Okay, so yeah, you are out distancing Reinhold, and he's rushing this. Reinhold is out distancing Wrecker, and this guy is going quick, but you have kind of caught up to him. You're right behind him. So what do you want to do?
I want to try to trip him up, get him still, and then just start wailing on him, hitting him, trying to knock him out. So
okay, a trip would be sort of I would say an agility check. So just go ahead and attempt an agility, and if you're successful, wow, wow, perfect. Yeah, you still have your staff in hand, and you just kind of swipe you're kind of stick your staff between his two legs, and he just completely trips up on them, and goes face first into the dirt. And you're on him. And Wrecker, you can catch up too.
Yeah, catch up, knock him in the back of the head.
He seems a little stunned by that whole thing. He went down hard. You heard that one.
If possible, I would sort of drop my staff on the side, pull my dagger out, and hold it to his neck if I can.
Okay. Yeah, he's out of it enough that he can't really offer any serious resistance to that. And he looked like he was going to start to try to get up again, but then you're holding your knife to his throat. Make a will check with the boon here.
Jesus Christ!
Damn, dude.
Wow, man.
20,
Do you say anything, or
keep quiet, keep still, or I won't kill you.
Yeah, he looked like for a moment he was going to try to get away, and he just sort of like goes goes all still. He says, okay, just calm down.
I'll be as calm as I wish. Keep quiet.
And Wrecker, you catch up.
All right.
And you can see that Reinhold has his knife to his throat. He's lying on his back now, with his hands sort of up in a little helpless gesture.
Stop. You did good, boy. Just now let me take care of these. Go up to him, grab him by the back of the head, lean his face forward, just grin.
Yeah, he's got a hood. He's got a hood over his head. You can
pull his head back, make eye contact, and grin real wide.
Yeah, it's a little hard to. I mean, you can see the glare, reflection of his eyes, and you're sure he can see you. And he looks scared. That you're certain of that. And he kind of looks back and forth between Reinhold and Wrecker.
Look up at Reinhold and go, your blade away from the front of the throat into the back of the neck.
And so I would.
He doesn't look very happy about that. But you can feel, you're holding the back of his neck. You can feel him shaking. You can tell that you've dealt with people before, Wrecker, where they know they're like about to die, and he's just submitted to it. He seems like he's just screwed, and he knows it.
And so I'd shift the blade, as Wrecker says, and look at the man. I know who you work for. Where can they be found? Where's the boy?
The men?
Yes, the apprentice. Where are you keeping him?
What apprentice are you talking about? I don't know an apprentice.
Smack his face into the ground and pull it back up.
Colette hears the smack and pushes Reinhold, or Otto, sorry, I keep getting you guys confused, pushes Otto to wake him up.
Yeah.
and heads over there without waiting for you.
Yeah, he's like gets his pistol, cocks it, and like holding it with basically grabs it with two hands, even though obviously it's a one-handed thing. So, and he just kind of like walks around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. Make an agility check for me with 2 boons.
Ready to fall on your face?
It's dark. You've never handled a gun before. Okay, it doesn't go off. Okay. So you make it around the corner, and you can see that Wrecker and Reinhold have some poor guy on the ground, and they're questioning him. And he says again, I don't know an apprentice. I know the men. I think I know the men you're talking about. And Reinhold, you recognize this poor fool's voice.
Oh, fuck. Is this Martin?
It is. It's poor little Martin.
I roll my eyes and flip the hood back. Martin.
Yeah. He goes, oh, my God, it's you, Master Reinhold. What great fortune.
Don't count your blessings yet, Martin.
He says, what? He looks confused for a moment. He says, what? I don't understand.
Never mind that. Where's the man? Where is the man that you're talking about, who paid you to collect this coin?
They're outside of town.
Be more specific.
There's some old abandoned crypt or something out there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. They don't really let me poke around, but that's where they are, and that's where I'm supposed to take the money.
I see. And you're going to take them something.
I was going to take them the money. They said there'd be a sack of money in that barrel.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Well, you will be taking them a sack for us. It won't be full of money, but you will be taking it for us.
As you wish, Master Reinhold. I only want to serve you and please you.
I'm sure. And I would sort of motion for somebody to go grab the coin, I guess, from the barrel.
Colette will go get it.
You're going to lead us to them, Martin.
Seeing how the two of y'all know each other and are talking, I'll grab him with my blacksmith's grip around his neck and stand him to his feet.
Okay.
One arm behind his back.
He lets you ragdoll him to his feet. He says, "This is no need to get all rough. I'll do as you say."
Squeeze ever so slightly tighter. I'm not a man of words, basically.
He says, "Reinhold, please. Your man is hurting me."
He's just making sure you're going to follow through on what you say here. Giving you a demonstration of what will happen if you don't follow our words to the exact. That's all.
I understand, Master Reinhold. I understand.
Ease up slightly.
All right.
I would. After we've got those coins back,
Yeah, she returns a couple minutes later.
Is there any just garbage or anything laying around we can stuff in that sack in place of the coins?
Sure.
So I would.
Some rocks and
Potatoes.
maybe even a little metal bit. Yeah, taters.
Some little bits in there to shake around, so it's. I mean, they're gonna check it because they're not stupid, but
Yeah.
just all that there, and then.
Give me those bullets, Otto.
Yeah. I don't think so.
20 bullets sounds like it would do it just right.
Light 20 bullets on fire and throw it at him.
And I would hand Martin the sack of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Martin, you're smart. You're a smart enough man, I think. You're going to do exactly what you were going to do before we met here tonight. You're going to bring that sack to the men who are paying you to bring it to them. We're going to follow a decent bit away. But you will stay in eyesight of us. Now, after you hand them the sack, things will probably become difficult after. As in, we will plan to engage them. If you wish to flee, which I think you will, you're welcome to do so. But until then, you will do as you're bidden, right?
Well, of course I will, Master. He kind of tries an easy laugh, but it doesn't sound at all easy.
And I would pat him on the back, say, "Good man. Now, go ahead and lead us. We will follow."
And Otto kind of comes out and waves his gun as he uncocks it, and he says, "This is what happens when people steal my furniture."
He says, I had nothing to do with stealing your furniture, sir.
We'll see about that.
All right. He says, very, very well then. I will take you there. It's a ways. It will take us a couple hours to get there.
And before he leaves, I'd grab him by the shoulder again. But, Martin. Do you have anything to protect yourself in case they attack you?
Well, why would they attack me, sir?
You're about to give them a bag of garbage that they think is a bag of coins, Martin. They might attack you.
Oh, wouldn't stand much chance against them.
I know. I expect you to run. But in any case, and I would pull my dagger out, hand it to him, in case they get a hold of you before you get away.
He seems surprised, but he says, well, thank you kindly, sir. Very thoughtful.
Stabs you in the stomach.
Yeah.
and he kind of tucks it under his shirt and belt. And he says, well, he seems surprised that there are 4 of you now. He kind of hadn't noticed that there was 2 others of you. And seems, well, let if you're ready, then I would have just gone straight there.
All right then, lead the way.
All right. You can make an intelligence roll.
I can?
Yes.
No boons or banes.
No, straight up. Something about the way he just said that. He kind of looks away when he says it, and you get the impression he's not exactly telling you full truth.
He said he was going to go straight there.
Yeah, he said, well, I would have gone straight there, so let's just get going then.
I mean, I'd already grabbed him once, but I guess I'll grab him again. You said you were going to go straight there, Martin. You looked a bit...
Well, of course. I mean, where else would I go, Master Reinhold? That's what I was instructed to do. So, of course. Goes without saying, doesn't it?
Where else would you... How do I want to phrase it? How do I want to phrase this? You just asked where else would you go. I'm asking you that now, directly.
I can't think of any other place I'd go, Master. Why would I do that?
You seem a bit uncomfortable, Martin. Not just because we tackled you here. You're being very evasive.
Otto puts the gun to his temple and says, I know a liar, and you don't seem to be telling the truth.
You can make a willpower check with a boon.
Sound like fucking low king.
I want to try to assist his interrogation methods by going, best we just kill him here.
And now attempt an agility check with 2 boons as well.
I did say uncock. I did say uncock the gun though earlier.
Right, so that will be for your uncocking of the weapon then.
Okay. 2 boons.
Please don't do this, Dad. Please don't.
Right.
Oh, God.
You successfully uncock the weapon and hold it to his head. And he says, Well, truth to tell, Master, I had considered going to just stop by Mr. Kells to see if he thought perhaps there was something better we should do with the money before I took it to them. That's all. It was just to seek his advice.
Did you say that Mr. Kell knew that you were in league with these bandits?
Oh no. He knew nothing of it, but he's always full of good ideas. I thought perhaps he would have a smart idea. I mean, they were going to pay me a small amount, but he's a smart man. Maybe thought, could maybe...
He is not a smart man, I will tell you that for certain.
He is certainly one of the smartest men I've ever...
Yes, well, I think you are quite mistaken.
Well, anyway, it was just a thought. That's what if the truth is told, the whole truth, it was in my mind to maybe stop by and seek his advice before I went.
No, and you will not tell Mr. Kell about any of this, or I will come back with this gun, and I will put it in your mouth next time.
Oh, I certainly won't. I certainly won't, Master. He won't hear a word of this.
Yes, that is fortunate. Fortunate for you. He lowers the gun.
He says, don't you like Mr. Kell? I thought you two were good business partners.
That's the sound.
Even I'm gonna chuckle at that. Like, just look at Otto.
Yeah, he makes just that noise. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems sort of aware of that. He just says, "Well, with your leave, I'll head out now, sir."
Don't move too far, or I will shoot you in the back with this.
Well,
Don't try to run.
Try not to. How fast would you like me to go, sir?
A normal pace. Do not run. If you run, I will shoot you. And I am quite the marksman.
All right. He says, "Oh, I believe you, sir. You have the look of a marksman."
Mm-hmm.
So he wobbles off, wobbly knees, towards the southern gate. But he's constantly looking over his shoulder to make sure that he's not going too fast and starting to leave you behind. He seems very concerned. You can see him. He kind of changes his speed frequently to slow down so that he doesn't get a bullet in his head. And goes to the gate, which is closed for the night. And he says, we'll have to ask the guards to open the gate for you, sir. Or I can do that if you'd rather.
Well, how were you going to get out yourself?
I was just going to ask them to let me out.
I'll do it. No problem.
All right. The guards are awake, but they're a little groggy, and they come out of their little guard house, and one of them says, "Yeah, what do you want?"
My party and I wish to depart, good sir. We're hoping you would open the gate for us.
Gates are closed for the night.
Is there anything I could do to convince you to open the gates for just a moment? We wish to be on our way quickly.
What'd you have in mind?
Oh, and I would root around, and what do I have on me in terms of coin?
Little brass bits are the smallest denominations. 10 of those make a copper piece.
I'd pull out like 5 brass bits.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He looks at it and kind of tries to see it in the dim light, and holds up to a torch and kind of looks at him. He seems satisfied, and he says, "I suppose I can open the gate for you." And,
Thank you.
And he does. Lets you all slip out, and closes it behind you.
You should have negotiated for less. Kind of says in passing.
I didn't even tell you I paid.
He's watching. I assume.
He can see the coin from that.
Well, I mean,
regardless.
No money.
I could have gave him nothing. You should have negotiated for it. You should have made him pay you.
Yeah, right. Yes, that's going to happen. All right, I need to do a real quick break again, and then we'll continue.
That's fine. I'm going to get some water.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I want to use the bathroom.
Okay. Okay, everybody back.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here too.
All right. Oh, shit.
You do when you clean it up.
Okay. So he leads you out into the countryside. Again at a slow pace. And you head west into this hilly area here. And eventually you find a he comes up to he seems to kind of get his bearings, and he points ahead, and he says, "It's just up this way, sir. Just up this way."
I nod and motion him to go forward. He's told us it's a crypt already, right?
Yeah. He said it. He says, "I've only just had a brief look inside."
Old barrow or something.
Act natural, then.
He says, "Oh, I'll be as natural as can be."
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach, you can sort of see in the dim light, you kind of see some sort of ruined walls behind the trees, and sort of maybe the outline of some other sort of stuff up ahead. Objects.
That's my card.
The Light Door family cart, and they took it from us.
I'm pissed. Nobody steals from me.
Except me. Nobody steals from me except me.
He points over in that direction.
Stuff's getting serious, so I'll definitely be shield out, sword ready.
He says, "There's a door right in there. That's I pound the door. Come."
And then
What you want me to do, sir?
Otto says, maybe we should try to have them, well, come outside. Rushing in there? No, thank you, sir.
I don't think they'll be able to come. I don't think they'll want to come out. Wrecker, you're an expert in warfare. What do you think?
Sorry, the red, ping and red, so it might sound like a transform.
Oh, you're good right now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing all in the red.
You're breaking up a tiny bit.
What are you asking about? Going in or getting them out?
Just your opinion on what we should do.
Ideally, we would have them come out at us and flank them from the sides. But but I can't quite see how the opening to the crypt is. I do not trust sending this one inside alone.
Can we make noise
do we
to
actually see the
lure
cart
them
and
out?
all that stuff?
I'm sorry, what were you both saying? I couldn't hear you over each other.
Go ahead.
Can we see the cart?
You can dimly see it. See the outline of it.
Any shapes of anyone around it?
You can attempt a perception with Bane. Any peoples? You do not.
Can I try to see too?
He's kind of looking for the group. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Nobody really sees any motion.
Otto says, maybe we should have him make a bunch of noise and then they'll open the door and come out to see what's the matter. And then you can say you were scared by something in the dark. I don't know, you're a dimwit, they'll probably believe you.
Well, something we could do is have Martin say that he was being chased. That might get them to come out and prepare.
It might get them to shut the door, too.
Perhaps, but not before taking the coin. Martin would have to stand suitably back. If men come out to get the coin from him, we take them.
Yes, have him start far off, though, not where they can just reach out and grab him. Right here would be fine, or closer to the stairs. And then we rush them. Well, you rush them. He looks at Wrecker.
We could dive into the badger's nest. I don't think your friend here would make it, though.
Otto doesn't seem to care.
Really prefer a plan that doesn't involve dying, sir, if it's all the same to you.
Martin, all you have to do is knock on the door, take a few paces back, and get them to come out. As soon as they're out, if you're going to flee, well, I fully expect you to do so. This is none of your concern.
He could knock on the door and say that he found the coins, and then say that he heard something shuffling around the cart. It could draw one or two of them out to investigate. Then we hit them. We could hide in the bushes over there. Or even over there.
Otto says, what if he... What if he knocked on the door, stepped back, and then acted the fool and said that he accidentally spent the coin and then fled? Certainly they would give chase.
Sort of scratch my beard. No, I don't have a beard. I have chin scruff. I would just sort of scratch my chin. I don't know. That seems to be pushing it too far. I think the cart would make more sense, or just backing away from the door to get one or two of them to come out. Besides, they might not intend for Martin to live past this point anyway.
How late is it right now?
You're guessing you've got about 3 hours till dawn.
They're probably asleep. They probably only have one person at the door. Could easily just push him up to the door when the guard opens, drag him out. Or push our way in and kill him real quick and quiet.
Perhaps. What if they're waiting for this coin? Certainly they are.
Does that cart have any weapons on it?
No. The cart is actually, despite appearances, the cart is actually empty.
Yeah, because that would be sweet just to shove a damn spear or halberd up into it.
It is loaded with weapons and arquebuses.
Yeah, perfect. I could roll agility every time I move.
It's empty, yeah.
I mean, Otto's going to do what Wrecker suggests, unless it's for him to go forward.
I'm thinking the time of night, they're probably only going to have one guard on duty. Get him to get entrance into the place and just bum rush. And I'll focus on the one person there. Because in all honesty, if they are asleep, we're going to catch them off guard. And it'd just be a simple matter of killing anybody that we saw starting to stir that don't look like that Percival dude or whatever.
So what did we decide on?
We haven't necessarily. I mean, Otto's going to take Wrecker's advice, whatever he suggests Otto would do.
Same, because I mean, like I said, I'm sure Reinald's read about war, but he's never practiced it, so why would he ever presume to know more than a guy who's done it?
Yeah, me too.
Well, in theory, as long as my dice don't bite me in the ass, I'm all for going up and off to the side. Because no, we can't really see the door. Okay, well, duh. He said he's only peeked in a couple times. Does the door have a slot on it where we can look out?
He thinks for a second and says, "No, I don't reckon I remember a slot."
Have you come here at night before?
It's the only time they want me to come here.
What do you normally do?
Go up to the door, knock on the door, and wait.
Doesn't recollect the slot, so yeah, it's definitely feasible. Does the door push in or out?
The door pushes in.
Probably barred, so...
I mean, here's an idea. What if this is out of character, right? Actually, I'm not gonna... No, I don't think it's my place to say anything. Go ahead.
I'm all for crouching down and off to the side to where if they did have a view slot where they couldn't quite see me, and then as soon as they listen for the door, and if it sounds like they're unbarring it and starting to open it, because of course we're going to get Homehead to say it's him and that the item was there, he's come to return it, and as soon as the door opens, I'm going to push my way in and just start stabbing.
And then we rush in with behind you.
Yeah.
Just wait off to the side and go.
We move as one, everybody on the same target.
I nod.
All right.
All right, Wrecker, I'll follow your lead.
Her name's Colette?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wouldn't call her first name anyway. I go, my lady, you have studied magic. Are you skilled in any spells whatsoever?
I can take care of myself. Things start getting out of hand, I will certainly jump in.
Do you have any spells that could blind them?
She says, not blinding, no.
Things will get messy quick, I know this.
She says, I'm not afraid to use my talents. But you can hear a little bit of nervousness in her voice, actually.
They need to settle. Martin, you will go to the door, knock on it, tell them that you have what it is they seek. When he opens the door, I will push our way in. We will deal with the guard and carry on from there.
Okay, if the door opens, I'm gonna run. so don't strike at me. I'm just running.
You just need to get the door open first.
Yeah. I get the door open. I understand.
Very well. Let us do this.
All right. He kind of he walks forward then slowly and kind of looking over his shoulder.
Stop looking over your shoulder, fool.
So I guess Wrecker's gonna be like right near the door to bust in, and we're gonna sort of hang off to the side here. I'm assuming, just out of sight.
Yeah, as long as I get in, basically be ready to follow me. If I have difficulty pushing the door and all that stuff, come up and help me. Of course, I'll probably scream that too. So.
Okay, he's making his way around the cart, kind of picking his way around. There's a lot of litter out here, like broken crates and stuff like that, just lying around.
Is this where you're pointing for the door? There.
Mm-hmm.
Here? Okay. So we need to get up closer. Because the door is there, where that dot is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use dots to indicate doors. Because it's a little hard to tell when you've got the lighting thing going on.
Ideally, I'll crouch down around here.
Okay. He kind of looks at you, at Wrecker, and you can see he's nervous and he's like swallowing hard. Colette is waiting back with Otto back there. And it looks like Reinhold is crouched down behind that refuse there.
Is correct.
All right. He straightens his tie, as it were, and goes up to the door. And you can see him take a big breath, and he reaches up and pounds 3 or 4 times on the door. And he says, "Is Martin?" He kind of looks back at Wrecker and kind of shrugs, like, and nods.
Motion at the door for him, eyes forward, do what you have to do.
Okay. He knocks again. Pum, pum, pum. Martin. And you can hear a muffled voice on the other side of the door say, "Martin? Yeah, I got the money, just like you said." And he's, hold on a minute. And you can hear the sound of some things being moved behind the door. Doesn't sound like a bar being opened. It sounds like something heavy being moved aside.
Yeah,
Barricade.
Barrels, yeah.
And then the door opens, and there's a man with a torch, and a club in the other hand.
As soon as I got enough room, forward, sword to the gut.
Yeah, he's standing back a little bit as the door opens, so you're going to have to kind of lunge in there. So we haven't done really combat before, so generally the way it works is this. Everybody is going to have a choice simultaneously of whether you are going to do a quick action or a long action. If you do a quick action, you can either do a move, some other major action, which is usually going to be an attack of some kind. A charge could be that action, but that comes with a bane built into it if you're trying to combine a move and an action, an attack in the same thing. If you take a long turn, then you'll go after everybody that does quick turns, but you get to do a move and a full action. Does that make sense to people?
Mm-hmm.
And in the quick and long phase of a round, you guys always go first, and then they go. If they did quick action, then you go. You long people go, and then their long people go. Unless there's an ambush situation, in which case that could reverse where they would go first, but that's certainly not what's now. So you guys will get the jump here. So everybody needs to decide if they're doing a quick action or a long action.
I would. Well, I think we'll let Wolf. I mean, Wolf's is probably gonna be what? Go ahead.
Yeah. So you all have to decide simultaneously. A group discussion.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll let Wolf
This is
decide.
what I'm going. You kind of plan what you want to do, and then we'll
Long for me.
Trust you.
Yeah, my first question is if this was considered an ambush on my part towards him.
I mean, he's wary. He's not just like, oh, hum-de-dum-de-dum. So he's not going to be completely unaware.
Okay.
So he's not.
He couldn't see out. He couldn't see outside to begin with. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But you certainly have the jump here. Like you're going to. There's no chance that he's going to get to act before you unless you do a long action. In which case he.
Yeah. Well, charge would put me into the room, whereas a lunge would just extend my range. So I'd probably.
So if your intent is to just take a step forward and kind of try to put the sword to him, that could be.
I'm going in balls to the wall. I want to move up. It'd be a charge up through and attack him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the rest of y'all can do longs. That way y'all can move and then assist to push the door open if we need to, or move in and help attack, etc.
That was my thinking, but if I could get into the room with him on a quick charge, then I guess, but I don't think I'll be able to if he's in the door. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go quick.
Let's see, how can I add? There you go. So, Zephyr, you should be able to see now. Sorry, he's complaining he can't see anything. He can't see through anybody's eyes. So now, hopefully you can see now. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so you're going to... Sorry, I missed that. You're going to lunge at him?
Yeah.
Okay. You can charge. You get 1 Bane on your attack. And you can move right up to him. Yeah.
It's the -1 on top.
Yeah, that's already built in. Yep. That's why I want you to always do the macros, because I can put all that stuff in there because the character sheets don't really allow for some of the things. So you kind of nudge past Martin, and he wasn't sure when you were going to make your move, so he kind of staggers out of the way a little bit as you brush by. But the guy with the torch just sort of very deftly kind of sees you, and as soon as he sees you, he just sort of steps to the side, so your thrust goes wide. Reinhold, did you say you were also doing a fast?
If I could get into the room with him, then I would. But if not, I would just take him along. I wasn't sure if I could do that.
Well, only one of you would go before the other, and that would be you guys can decide among yourselves. But yeah, it's going to be hard for the two of you to rush in together, especially from where you are.
So
But you could start making your way in there if you wanted.
Oh yeah, so I'll just make a quick move then, I guess. Okay. Because my only thing was like, could I get in? If I can't, I guess I just move, because I was going to move immediately behind him whenever he did whatever.
Okay.
He did, so.
Yep. All right. So make a perception check for me, and if you're successful, then you'll notice when he's about to make his move and get right up behind him. Okay. Yeah. So you're actually right on his tail as he goes in, and Martin is sort of in your way. So I'm gonna make an agility check with 1 Bane, and if you're successful, you can get in with Reinhold. Otherwise, unfortunately, Martin's sort of right in your way, and you kind of both collide into each other as he's trying to get out of the way, and you're trying to get in with Wrecker. It's just a momentary setback, but you're not quite in.
Mhm.
Then for him, he just shouts trouble as loud as he can and tries to bring his club down on Wrecker. And let's see. And that would be a near miss. How does he miss? Is that your shield?
Yeah, definitely warrior instinct. Bring it up. Bring up the edge of it to hit him in the wrist.
Yeah, just at the last minute you bring that up and you intercept his club coming down. Okay, long actions now. Otto and Colette.
Well, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
How close can I? I wouldn't want to get any closer than the stairs, but.
Huh. Thought my units thing isn't working.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was working when I tried this out earlier. You can actually kind of see how far you can move based on your speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't understand that. What happened? I actually can't select anything either. I think it's gone dead. Might have to reload. Oh no, that's good. I can select stuff now. Okay, I don't know what happened. In any case, you can certainly make it up to the door behind Otto.
Yeah,
if you
well,
wish.
I mean, no, I would be about like right here, say.
Yeah, that's much safer anyway. You'd have to try an agility check to get through all that crap. Yeah, Colette moves around and stays with you. And she can see him in there, but she doesn't take any action at the moment.
Nor do I.
So can you. Okay. All right. New round. Decide if you're doing a quick or long.
I'll still do long.
Doing a quick, I'm going to attempt a driving attack on him.
I'll try to do quick as well and hopefully capitalize off whatever Record does.
Okay. And you said you want to do a driving attack, so you kind of want to...
I want to push him into the room so we have...
Push him in. Okay. So that's a bane. You'll get one bane for that. But if you succeed, you'll hit him and you'll also push him back into the room.
Square,
Yep. All right, so go ahead.
Please, 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 please.
Oh, no.
My. That's a 0. Man, I think you're rusty a little bit. It's been a while since you picked up a sword.
Damn chip sword.
Yep. Who else was doing quick?
I was.
So is Martin. Martin is just trying to rush out this way. And he's saying, "Don't kill me, don't kill me." And let's see if he gets through. I have a little bit of a hard time here. Oh, he's going so fast. He trips down the stairs and goes face first into these crates there and just smashes into them. And Reinhold, what are you doing?
Is there any room to get through here?
You can try to squeeze through. That would be an agility check.
With a bane?
Nope, just a straight up one, just to get through.
Nope.
No, you're trying, but it's not working. He's just too much in the doorway.
I see. So I think I'm assuming that checks my turn, and
yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Otto?
He's not gonna do anything besides. What are you doing up there?
All right. Let's see. Colette is actually going to do something because she can see things aren't going so great. And she sends a you see a little streak of blue crackling something shoot out of her hand and go straight for him. Actually, it goes over, kind of goes up over Wrecker and comes down on his head. And why did that do nothing? Doesn't make any sense. All right, so I'm gonna roll here a real die. Okay, that hit him. He seems rather startled by that. It makes just a small sound, not much of one. And then it's back to him, and he's doing a long action. So he is going to disengage from you, which is an action. So he steps back, and then he starts moving back in this way. So his whole action is he's going to disengage, and then he makes it to about here. And so next turn, and he's yelling trouble again.
All right, so it's ours again.
Mm-hmm.
Long.
Who's going? Quick.
Long action.
Quick. Oh,
Okay. Okay, so you're first, Reinald. What are you gonna do?
Try to agility and charge up to catch that guy.
Since I assume you're gonna be moving out of the way,
Yeah, yeah.
correct? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna make you. Then go. He starts to move. I'm assuming he's kind of going after that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll get to move in. So what do you?
Can I
do?
reach him from here with an agility or?
Yes, you can try, but again, that is going to be an agility check because it's tough, and you have to run up steps, and it's a little dark in here.
12.
His torch is helping. Yeah, you make it to him.
All right, and I guess I'm gonna try to hit him with my bow staff. No, I don't know if it's a bow staff or not, but
With your
Quick action is one or the other, right?
well, he's charging essentially.
Okay.
So he's gonna take a bane for that. So go ahead, make your staff with a bane.
Oh, baby.
My.
God, dude.
He's on fire.
You just barely graze him, unfortunately, but you do hit him. You kind of smack the back of his head just a little bit. You can feel it connect.
just run up. Trouble indeed.
All right, Wrecker.
I'm gonna do a move and attack on him.
Okay, you may do that.
Use the coffin as cover for incoming.
No bane for you, just straight up then.
Give me a natural 20.
Oh my God, terrible.
I'm like having a
Just
night
terrible.
roll.
That is
What are you doing?
unfortunate.
What are you doing up there, yeah? No.
Okay. We got our long people.
Alright, well, I would move in.
If we live, I'm going back and taking my silver piece back from that damn blacksmith.
Give me back my money.
Can I move to about right there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's what I would do. And then, can I, try to perceive my... Oh, I see. Never mind. Now, prepare. Is that prepare a shot for later, potentially?
Yes. Yep, that's like taking aim.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
You can
aim at this
see-
general
yeah,
area.
You can see he's moving. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. She follows in after you. All right. Next turn.
Quick.
Yeah.
Long.
Him too. All right. Go ahead. Who's going first?
Record can.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're doing
That's my highest roll. It is a damn
Yeah,
9.
you're doing terrible. Sorry.
Well, I will attempt the same.
All right. Oh my god. You actually hit Wrecker for 1 because he's right next to you and you're swinging this big staff around, so Wrecker takes 1 point.
Returning the favor.
Yeah, exactly. All right, this guy is going to
Turn back and say, wait a minute, we're not in...
No, he's trying to slip. You see behind it, he's trying to slip into a hole here. It's definitely large enough for a person, but because he's disengaged, he's running without trying to disengage first as an action. You both get. Everybody gets 1 free triggered action per turn. And one of those things a triggered action can be is to respond to someone trying to get away. So you could make an attack. There are other things in certain situations where a triggered action might occur, but so far that hasn't really come up. So, but you can both use your triggered action to attack him as he tries to get through there. So go ahead.
Definitely a sword.
Ooh, there you go. That's better.
My God.
Oh man. All right, Reinhold, enjoy your 1 point of damage.
God damn it, Record.
I hired the wrong guy, obviously.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
It's been a long time since I've done this.
Let me check his agility here. He's done this many times. Yeah, he gets through, but he doesn't do it very well. So he is still silhouetted in that opening by the end of his move. So Otto, you have a clean shot at him if you want, since you prepared.
Just shoot Record so I don't have to pay him.
I mean, okay, so unless I fumble badly, I'm not gonna shoot Wrecker or
Yes,
Reinhold.
if you fumble, you will hit Wrecker. If otherwise, you're not going to hit him. The chances are not great that you'll hit him because he's not engaged with him, but he is in your line of fire.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it.
Don't fumble, it's fine.
So he basically cocks it and holds it with both hands and just he's unsteadily and then just pulls the trigger.
And because he's got a torch, he is very well outlined, and you prepared, so you actually get a boon. I'm not going to penalize you for the darkness because of the torch.
Do I have to int roll to see how this is going to go since I showed him how?
Yes, you do. Yeah, make your intelligence roll straight intelligence roll.
I'm so sorry.
All right. I'm going to roll to see. Just roll me a die 10. Just from the regular die thing, just to see if you over or undercharged. You vastly undercharged the shot. So, so your boon is countered by that. It's got way too little powder in there. You could still hit him, but it's just.
So I'm just rolling normal now.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, baby.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you still hit. Okay. It actually, you're not even sure if you hit him. But he stops and just stands there. And new round. And she kind of moves up cautiously.
Quick.
Long. I'm like swinging my hand to get the smoke out of my face.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to get up over that coffin?
Just to climb over it or go around it?
Go up over it.
An agility with a boon.
Okay,
Not that hard to scramble over it.
I do it long then. That way I could attempt to get over it and attack.
Okay. He actually drops during his turn and just kind of goes down.
Oh, baby.
You can see him he just kind of stood there for a second, and then he just like collapses.
I would go up and maybe I've read medical text before. Would I be able to do an appraisal and make sure he's actually dead, or see that he's just unconscious?
It's a little too dark, really, to even assess unless you're going to spend some time kind of going through his body to see.
I will, because I don't want to be surprised.
Okay, Wrecker, or all the long people now.
Yeah, I can climb the coffin.
It's a little crowded there, but you get over. He's lying there, his torch is on the ground, and Reinhold looks like he's about to start going over him for some reason or whatever. You're not sure exactly.
Climb the coffin and stab the guy.
Okay. well, Reinhold, I don't think you're going to have to check. That's pretty... so unless... Yeah, go ahead and you can have 3 boons on that one.
And he still misses.
You could. It's possible.
Oh my God.
No, you hit him. He's inert, and you bring your sword down right into him, back. And
stab him, pull the blade out, look at Reinhold, and go, press onward.
And Otto, what do you do?
I'm gonna try to reload this thing.
In the dark. Oh my.
Well, I guess I'll first move to get closer to the torch and then reload.
Okay, well, the torch is on the ground, so actually not providing much light to you there. But yeah, you can move over there and start to try to reload. All right, so you're gonna start reloading, and we'll roll. Actually, you can roll right now. You'll have to do an agility with a bane in the dark.
Okay. Agility with 1 bane.
Whew, nice. You got it reloaded. And I think you're smart enough to figure out that maybe that wasn't enough powder that time.
Okay.
So since it was so vastly under, you still hit. Actually, no, you hit. So you probably...
Yeah.
I think you probably think, hey, that worked pretty well.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Good job, son.
Yeah.
yeah. Perfect. Just the right amount. All right. So, new round.
I'll take the long just so that I know I can do what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Wrecker.
Long for me.
Yeah, definitely a long. This is a damn bottleneck situation.
Okay, it looks like everyone's doing a long then. All right, so who wants to do their thing first?
Mine's quick. I was just gonna pick up the torch and, oh god, this could go bad, but I was gonna toss it to Otto.
Oh, okay. Otto, make a perception check.
This could go really bad.
Oh. You see him about to throw you the torch, so you can actually try to grab it. Make an agility check for me.
Can I just jump out of the kind of like move and then pick it up?
Oh yeah, you don't have to try to catch it. You can just like, and then that can be your turn. This turn is just like going and retrieving the torch. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
What are you doing? Trying to burn me?
So you can see, fool.
All right. So that's what you're doing. Your gun's reloaded. You have a torch. Wow, you're in business. Okay, Wrecker.
I want to move in, but I don't know how far I can move in, so you do it for me.
Okay. I'd say over the body, and you sort of have to bend over a little bit. It's not a tall hole. It's plenty big for a person, but it's kind of a low hole. So you get to about here.
I don't see anybody.
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
There you go, finally.
You don't see anyone, but you hear noise, kind of echoey noises to your right. Not immediately close to you, but it's a little hard to tell exactly how far away.
Okay, on a long action, can you do 2 moves?
If you don't do another action, yes. You could basically go further.
Creep around about here.
Okay.
I'll let you move it because I don't know what movement rates are and stuff like that.
When you're creeping, I'd say that's about that far.
Yeah.
About reasonable. Okay. All right. And Otto got the torch. Reinhold grabbed the torch and threw it to him. Okay, so new round.
Long.
Can you prepare on a quick? No, it's a long one, ain't it?
Yeah.
Prepare an attack.
Well, no,
That's
I
a
mean
long
you
action.
could do a quick action to prepare, but just that's all you're doing this round is just preparing.
Yeah, I'll prepare a stab. I'll prepare a stab or a lunge or whatever.
Okay. All right. So you're
That way
getting
it gives them a chance to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead. So that's what you're doing. I assume Reinhold will do you next.
I'll follow.
Okay. Yeah, you can,
Or I can go
bend
right
over
behind
and
him.
get in. Yeah, you could get up to him. And Colette will come in after you. Otto?
Same.
Okay. You may. All right. At the end of the round, some couple people come around the corner. And they're not super shocked to see you, but they're surprised to see you. I mean, they certainly didn't look like they're expecting, but they look like they are looking or expecting trouble of some kind. So this guy in the front has a broadsword in hand. This guy in the back there has a big club in his hand. And Wrecker, you can attempt a perception roll for me again. You also can hear that there must be more behind these two. You don't see any more, but you definitely hear some scuffling noises behind them.
Is he within range of a prepared lunge attack?
For the next round, yes, you could do that.
Okay.
And you'll get a boon on that attack because you were getting ready.
Which will cancel out the bane, yeah.
Yeah. So you could charge him. All right, so everyone, new round, fast or long?
Long.
Quick.
Doing my quick prepared lunge.
Yep. Okay. All right, you are first then.
And it's a bane for lunge, and I get
a boon for the prepare. Yeah. So go ahead and just straight attack. And are you yelling anything?
You know your good rolls on perception.
Non-combat,
okay.
no problem. Combat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be taking that armor and stuff back. Layaway is over.
Holy crap.
You're not comfortable with tools you haven't made.
Yeah, exactly. You're not happy with this sword. This is poorly constructed.
I'm way too overeager. It's been so long out of battle, I'm way too overeager.
And I would say probably your earlier failures are also kind of psyching you out. Like you're
my own worst enemy right now.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, who else is going quick?
Me.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm able to get around and attack him as well, right?
For a charge, sure.
Yep.
Okay, so you can go ahead and you'll have one bane.
That looks a bit scary back there.
That is unfortunately not enough to hit. He parries it with his longsword. Your staff.
And I recognize this man.
Oh, you do. Let me see if he recognizes you. He doesn't show any immediate signs of recognition. But he does attack back. Wrecker looks like the bigger challenge, so he's going for Wrecker.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
Not really, but
that is a hit, but only 1 damage. So that just barely wraps you. Oh, are you reducing your green one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should actually just. So what I'm doing is just using the green to show your max hit points, so that you know what you got, and then red is you can do your wounds on there.
Oh, okay.
So I think you really should have 11, and you've taken 2, as I recall.
Yeah, I've taken 2 so far.
Yeah. So we'll switch that. You got.
Well, I have the red's empty, so what do I do? Just put numbers in there?
Yeah, I put a 2 in there for you, and then you should have an 11 on your green. Sorry, I wasn't really clear about that.
All good.
Okay, so he's just a small. Now this guy in the back here. I'm sorry, he's good. They're all doing long. He did quick. What are you guys doing, Otto?
I would move here-ish and prepare.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She is going to go there, and she'll do her. She'll do another thing that she did before. That's really weird. It's not filling in the stuff for me. Okay. Another one of those little zappy things goes and hits him straight in the face. Yeah, that definitely sets him off for a moment. So this guy in the back here, he's gonna have trouble getting around. There's these crates in the way. He just kind of gives those a hearty kick to get them out of the way, and then gets up to Reinald, but he's not going to have a chance to attack you yet because he just got those crates out of the way. And then you sort of see this guy sort of moving carefully, and this guy actually, Reinald, you can attempt a perception check to see if you're noticing what's going on back there with all these 2 guys in front of you.
Can I see orc?
Yes, you see the orc there. It kind of comes into the light, and he's got a big, nasty battle axe in his hands.
Despite all my missing and self-doubt, I've suddenly grown very grim, angry, and more self-confident.
Let's see if that translates.
Yes, we hope so. I'm pissed. That's my go juice right there. That's
Okay. That should be it. New round.
I have a question before I pick quick or long. Would calling out be a free type action? Or?
Yes, it would, as long as it's brief.
It will definitely be brief, but important.
Okay. Quick or long, gentlemen?
Long.
quick
Now,
attack.
longs, can you attack twice or only attack once?
No.
Okay, so quick then.
Okay. Yeah, if you're already engaged and you don't plan to change targets and you're just going to attack, quick is probably the best way to go. Ensure that you get to go first.
Go ahead, Wrecker.
All right. Yep. Go ahead, Wrecker. Give it a shot here. Oh my. Oh, you've had the worst luck, man.
Oh shit!
All right, Reinald. Yeah, he's parrying your blow there.
Quickly call out, longbowman in the back, and try to. I think it's better if we just try to burn down one as opposed to splitting. So I'm just gonna try to hit Rock again.
Okay, go ahead. That is a hit.
I'm making you look bad, Wrecker.
Yeah, really.
This little nerd with a stick.
It's not a greatly solid, but he was focused mostly on Wrecker at the moment. It's clear that he thinks Wrecker is the bigger threat because he's the big muscled guy. And so he seems a little surprised that you hit him. And actually that little bolt that came out of Colette was another distraction there. So he's unfortunately, he took your sword. And you called that out. Okay, so for the quick actions, these two guys, so he's going to attack Wrecker again with his broadsword.
It's not my quarterstaff. It's my bucket of quarterstaff.
That's right. Oh, well, he's having a good day. 2 damage to you, Wrecker. And Clubman on you, Reinald. That's a hit, but just a bare scratch. You managed to duck out of the way most of the way.
Wrecker's done more damage than that to me, ruffian.
Shut up and killed.
All right. Reinald.
Yes.
I mean, Otto, rather.
Yep. I'm gonna move like here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And when he hits Reinhold, he's like, "The only person that hits my son is me."
Watch me do it.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant, but yeah, potentially. And he's gonna shoot the guy with the club.
Okay. You'll get the boon. There is a chance you'll hit Reinhold, but you're kind of off to the side, so.
Oh, bad.
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's a miss.
Waste of good damage.
Yes, that's a waste of good damage, unfortunately. It does go sailing past him.
He gives all of us tinnitus.
And now you definitely realize that didn't have much kick.
Yeah.
Colette is going to come out here and she's actually going to she starts doing something around herself, and she momentarily glows, and then the glowing fades away. You're not sure exactly what she did. And this guy back here can't really get in there. He seems frustrated that he's blocked by these two guys in front of him. So he just kind of stands there with his battle axe and starts yelling something in Orcish. And this guy back here he sees what's going on, and he's got a longbow in one hand, and he starts rushing back this way. And you can hear him kind of muttering curses. Okay, new round.
Quick.
Long.
Yep, okay. Go ahead.
Oh no, never mind.
No, that actually is a hit. He didn't have time to put his armor on. So you actually did just barely hit him. He doesn't look... He looks hurt. And not just like his feelings. Go ahead, Reinhold.
Let's try to put him to sleep then. No, it's okay.
Oh, not
I didn't want to do anything anyway.
All right. Okay. He's going for Wrecker again. I think. Yeah, Wrecker hit him, so he is going to go for Wrecker. Nope.
Yay.
And the club on Reinhold. No.
Oh, thank God.
You know this big club is coming your way. I'm imagining it's making you a little nervous.
Yeah.
All right. Again, what is this orc gonna do? Let me see here.
Push everybody out of the way. Kill someone to get in.
He actually pushes this big guy to the side into the wall there, and he takes a little bit of damage and interposes himself there. And that's what he does. Otto.
Is dropping something a
That's free. Yeah, it's a free action.
yeah, because I'm guessing I can't reload with a torch in my hand, right? So
You'd have to put it down. Yep.
yeah, I'm just gonna drop it, reload, and try to shoot again. I guess I'm gonna shoot the orc this time though.
Okay, so you're gonna reload.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna. You don't have to. You have plenty of light now. You don't have to make an agility roll. That.
So reload, and I can reload and shoot in the same, or
No. Mm-mm.
okay, even though I'm
No,
doing long.
that's-
Long
yes,
is just for
that's-
movement. Okay.
So you could. Yeah, you could. So you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
have done it if you're just gonna.
Actually, I will move. I'll move backwards a little bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Keep fighting, son. I got you. Give me a second.
Oh, look, brandy.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like you see a few coins on that table there. It looks like
do I worry about fighting or do I take the money? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're backing into a barrel of wine, it looks like. Let's see. Colette, she is going to she comes forward with her staff
Oh my.
and tries to hit the orc.
Triple. They're on top of crates.
What are you doing, woman?
Oh no, she missed. She kind of shouts out, and she says, "Where's Percival?" Okay, new round.
Long.
Quick.
And quick. All right, you can go first.
Go ahead, Ricker.
Try to kill this guy, even though I'm gonna go
You
on the
can
orc.
do it. No.
Oh,
No, you can't. Yeah.
If I can go defensive, I will. I think that what that does is that's
Yes.
the one where it's like gives them a bane.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, exactly. You can fight defensively where you take a bane on your attack, but they also take a bane on theirs.
Okay. And so I don't get to I get to attack with that.
Yes.
Okay, so
It's
yeah,
like
I
a
would take,
cautious attack or something.
Yeah, I would be I would fight defensively because I just saw this massive fucking orc stand on top of these.
Yeah, if you'd rather, I don't know that it's in the rules, but it would make sense to me. If you want to go fully defensive, you could cause them to have 3 banes on their attack, and you get no attack.
No, I still need to.
That's
I'm still gonna need to do stuff.
Okay,
The thing is, I
yep.
could roll like shit and then get fucked and lose my weapon. But
All right, so go ahead.
I'm gonna try to cautious attack. Now, the cautious attack doesn't apply to just the person attacking. That's in general, or is that just the person I'm attacking?
Yes, that's everybody that attacks you.
So I'm gonna cautious attack Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
No.
I knew I should have just went full defensive.
Yeah. That's -2. You're gonna hit your buddy again. 1.
Claudette.
You're all in close quarters here, swinging shit around. A staff can definitely hit somebody else close by.
I'm just gonna act like I didn't know that happened.
Did he hit me or does he hit Colette?
Let's see. That's a good question.
Even their odds?
No, he hit Colette.
Woohoo.
She took it. Yeah, woohoo! The woman took it. All right. So she will attack with her staff at the orc.
Hit you!
Oh, please don't. Hers is what
Oh,
Oh, God.
fuck's sake!
holy crap! You guys suck. All right, Reinhold, you take a point. This just Otto's back there, and you just see them. They're like swinging like crazy people up there. This is ridiculous.
This is what I'm doing next turn.
Brock actually, he's about to attack, and he sees you for the first time, Reinhold. He actually looks at you, and he goes, he like snaps his finger a second, and he goes, "It's what's his name?" And
Reinhold Brock, and I've come to collect.
oh, I'm disappointed. And then the orc attacks.
With the Bane, right?
Well, does he? Depends on whether he goes for you or Colette.
Yeah.
I think he goes after you, Reinhold. That might actually be good.
For Colette.
Oh,
Yeah. Really
wait
good.
a minute. Hold on a second.
Where's that Bane?
Did that do the Bane?
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. It's not doing the Bane, but...
It's not doing the Bane. What the heck? Because I'm putting it in. That's really weird. Well, yeah, in any case, even if it was -6, he'll still hit. So,
Well, either of those will put me to 0, so I'm either unconscious or dead.
you can... So you have fortune points. So you can... If you do your little fortune spends on your token, you can see what you can use them for. So it'll keep you alive for certain. But
I don't
yes,
see any fortune points here.
Fortune spends on your token.
Oh no, I just meant I don't see any on my sheet. It's at 0.
Yeah, because it doesn't really track them properly. So they're actually just on your attributes page. You have 2, and it'll tell you what you have and what you can do with them. So yeah, you are going to go down. So you see Reinhold go down, Otto.
Okay.
And this guy scrambles to his feet, but now he's kind of out of reach of everybody because this pushed him out of the way. So Otto, you can go.
I'm gonna move here. So is Reinhold like laying on the ground then?
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna move here. Shoot. Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a boon because even though he's only your son, I think you care a little bit about him. I think that would anger you somewhat.
Yeah, he's like shaking in anger, and he like just tries to shoot over the body and shoot the orc.
Okay.
1 boon.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
We're pretty good at this game.
TPK. It's coming.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you missed.
Shaking too much.
Yeah, and exactly. Okay. Wow. And Colette. Oh wait, Colette already went. Okay, it's a new round, guys. Wrecker.
Ride the red, go full berserk.
Okay.
Doing it quick, get this guy out of the way if I'm lucky.
Okay.
Long for me.
Oh, good Lord. I can't believe you guys. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. That's just crazy. He blocks it. Colette attacks the guy with her staff.
I can't see. You said we can look at what we can do with our fortunes. I don't see.
They're on your attributes page. They're not on the.
They should be on your character. You have it's at the end. ZZ fortune spends. I put that at the end. I see. I see it. Yeah.
There you go.
And that'll tell you what you can do with it, just as a reminder. Okay. So Colette actually hit him. And that's going to piss off the orc a little bit.
Yeah. I'm looking at my character sheet. I don't see.
Not the character sheet.
No, look at the
token.
Yeah, just click that button that says ZZ Fortune Spins, and it's a little table that shows you what you can do.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
So probably note it myself.
If you're really desperate, you can spend a fortune point to turn a failure into a success, for example.
Well, hell yeah, I would have spent it on that.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yeah.
So that would have been 5 points. Yeah. That's enough to put him down. He staggers back, and he's probably not dead, but he's clutching his chest and collapsing to the floor. Yeah, you don't get many fortune points, so they are used for desperate situations, but this looks like it could be turning into one. Okay. Orky, he is mad at Colette. He is going to attack her. And he gets one boon because she hit him. Yep, he slices right into her with his battle axe. And you hear her cry out in pain. And Otto, you now are required to roll a 6-sided die to determine what's happening with you. On a 1, you are supposed to die. On a 6, you stabilize. On anything else, you're just sort of...
Ryan, you mean Reinhold? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean Reinhold.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, what?
But if you... Yeah, okay. So now you can... One of your spends is you can spend a fortune to make that a 6. But since you're not about to die, that's up to you.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you can hold off and hopefully get...
I think they got it. They've been pretty good so far, right? So...
All right, Otto.
Move up this way and then reload.
Okay. All right, new round. Who's going quick, I assume?
Quick, do you
Long
get,
for me.
Brief step of...
Yeah, definitely. You don't have to do a move to get to the orc.
Okay, I'll do it quick.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Move there, do an unbalancing attack.
Okay. Just gonna have a bane with it.
Yeah, it's still a damaging attack. It's just...
Yes, it is. It's just if you unbalance him, then he may fall down. Little risky, given your luck so far. But of course, you can spend your last fortune point to to make it.
He would still get a roll to resist, though, correct?
Yes, he would.
Yeah. Let's see what happens first.
He'd get the damage. He'd get the damage no matter what.
Yeah, do you have to spend them prior to rolling?
No. Okay. You can roll first and then see if you want to change it.
Yeah, I'm going to spend it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
It's 7 damage, so...
Yeah, that's also a good hit. So he's got to make his agility check.
Just slice him in the back of the legs.
Oh, he made it. Just barely. He's a little off balance, and Colette takes a swipe at him.
Fortune.
She missed. Not so good. All right, he's off balance. I'm actually gonna give him a bane from the unbalancing attack, especially since you spent a fortune. Oh, not gonna do it. It's not applying the bane. Understand why it's not. That's really weird. Let's do it. So he actually got a 13, which would be just enough. So you take 5. Ouch. Okay. In Otto, you reloaded. You can shoot if you want.
I'm gonna shoot the orc.
Okay. That is a hit. And that, again, caught him right in the chest. And he kind of drops his battle axe and looks down at his chest, and he's like holding a hole that has appeared in the middle of him.
Smoke just rises off the barrel, the tip of the barrel, right?
Yep. And Wrecker?
I just did mine. Is it another round already?
Yes, this is a new round.
I gotta
Oh, yeah,
roll my-
sorry. Yeah, Reinhold needs to roll.
I guess I'll use a fortune.
Oh my God.
So. Guess so.
This has been
Been
unprecedented.
This has
stabilized.
been rough. Okay. You, Wrecker, what do you want to do?
Despite my urge to drink my healing potion, which will probably take a damn turn, or I don't know if it's on the belt or what. My gut instincts is I hate orcs, so I would try to kill the orc. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
the orc's dead,
go ahead.
right?
Oh, yeah. Well, you cut him down. You'll cut him down. Okay. You can try a perception check with a bane. No. Yeah,
I see orc.
you see orc. Okay. Colette then will try staffing this guy there. She's been going a little crazy with the staff here. She misses though. She's going, you motherfucker! All right. Next round. Oh no, he's gonna try hitting back on her with that club. No, he actually, he hits her and her body kind of glows under the impact, and she buckles a little bit, but kind of snaps right back, as it were.
Now I'm going to be reloading and moving.
Yeah, and you're up, Wrecker.
Was it a long action
To do what?
to drink a healing potion?
Yes. Well, no, that would just be your action. You can just stand there and drink it if you don't want to move.
Well, hell, I need to move. So I didn't know if is it actually considered? Because if I would, I'd move back. I'd back. And
okay. So yeah, just do a long action then, and
yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Catch back and drink. What is it? Dice 6.
Yep. All right. Not bad.
It's Colette's turn, though, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure
it
she's
is.
going quick.
She looks at you backing away, and she looks very concerned. But she doubles down on smacking this guy with her staff, and she seems to be doing a good job of it. And Otto, you reloaded last round, correct?
Yep.
Yep. So you're up.
All right, I'm going to move here.
Actually, he gets to attack
good.
first.
Yep. No, that's fine.
He's quicking. Oh, yeah. He hit her that time. She doesn't look good. Go ahead.
Move here, shoot him.
Okay. Nope. Paching.
Damn you, dead!
What do you mean? I've killed everybody so far.
Yeah, exactly. All right, new round.
Long.
I'm gonna have to go long because I gotta get by everybody.
Yeah, and this guy on the floor there, he's just like moaning on the floor. Okay. Yeah. Colette's doing a quick action, so she'll actually be first. Not so much. All right, this guy, yeah, he kind of takes a quick look around. There are 3 of you and 1 of him, and just kind of curses and says, I yield. And he kind of holds his club like he's ready to do something if you don't accept his surrender. But he looks
I would point my gun at him and tell him to drop it then.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that it's not loaded, so
Yeah.
yeah, he drops the club. And let's see if Colette stops. Yeah, she does. She looks like she wants to take a smack at him again, but she stops. And the orc is dead. And she says, "Where's Percival?" And he says, What the boy?" He says, "Of course." He said, "He's out in the other room. The door locked there."
And Otto says, "Remember what Reinhold said," and he looks down at Reinhold and frowns. He's like, "There is a longbowman," he said. "Where is him? Tell him to surrender too."
He looks around. He says, Gorak, it's over. Gorak, it's over. I surrendered." You don't hear anything or see anything.
Otto says, "Is there anyone else?"
He looks at the floor. And he says, "Just Jake."
"Where is Jake?"
"He was on watch. I don't know."
Probably the dude we killed when he came in. Or they're talking and want to run and grab Reinhold.
She suddenly
Drag him
kind of
back.
remembers that Reinhold went down, and she starts to kind of try to see if he's okay. She says he's still alive.
Otto breathes with a sigh of relief. And he's like, "Where are the keys to the door?"
He says Brock has them and points to the guy that's moaning on the ground.
Yeah, Otto looks at him and looks at Reinhold and kind of grabs his knife out of his belt and just with a huge overhand just stab right to the chest 10 times like he would just really quickly in anger.
Okay. Cold-blooded, man. Yeah, this guy kind of winces as you're doing that, and he looks at Colette and said, "This guy's crazy."
And he's like, "That's my son." And he just rifles through his pockets or whatever trying to find the keys.
Yeah, the keys are actually just on his belt.
Yeah, he takes them off.
There's just a couple of keys. Okay.
And Otto says, "You're going to take us to the door, and if that man, whoever it is with the bow, tries to shoot us, I'm going to stab you like I stabbed him."
He just seems resigned to it.
I'm gonna grab him and use him as a human body shield.
Okay.
And walk forward with him in front of me.
Okay.
And I'll hand off the
what
keys to
direction?
Colette.
What direction are you taking him?
Right here initially.
Okay. Yeah. Colette grabs one of the torches off the wall and starts to go out to look for the guy. She kind of disappears. Okay, so yeah, you're moving into the room, looking around. He says, "Gurak, don't shoot. They're gonna kill me."
Yes,
There's
my
no
shield was unveiled.
no
Shield would have
response.
been on my back. Unless it's a button, it's not a buckler.
No, it's a full size shield.
The shield be on the back because I can't really hold him with it. Have my
Mhm.
sword in one hand. Definitely want to use him as a body shield.
Reinald, you're sort of conscious now. You're just in pain.
I'm just gonna lean up against these boxes and hold my guts in.
Mhm. Okay.
Bellow out, say, "You with the bow, show yourself, or I'll burn this damn cave down."
Gurak, don't be an idiot. There's no sound.
I'll smoke you out.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I'm assuming that I reloaded my gun before it came out.
Sure.
There, right?
Sure.
I got a feeling we're gonna round the corner and he's gonna be holding that dude as a fucking
All right. Wherever you move, we'll assume he's with you. So go ahead and show me where you're going.
up here, and I go, "You, Otto, check that passage. Peep your head around the dust."
And Otto's like, I don't think so. And comes this way.
Yeah.
Bargain dead end. Step in and spin around with them to make sure nobody's behind us.
Yeah. You see no one.
God damn it. This way.
And Otto asks the guy, he's like, where are you holding the boy?
Out in the front room there. The way you came.
And he just follows.
Oh, in the front room? Shit. Yeah. On the map. Out of character knowledge, there was a door hiding behind two barrels.
Oh god, we came down here for nothing.
Good.
If we said, fuck this, I'm cutting his throat. Let's go.
Cut his throat.
Yeah.
Alright.
Holy shit.
Cold
I
blooded.
didn't hear him say the front room.
Alright.
Me.
Yep. Alright, his life bleeds out of him.
Yeah, I hustle this way.
Okay.
And he looks down at Rhino. He's like, are you alright?
Grab him, put him in between our shoulders, and make our way.
Oh, careful, careful. It hurts.
I'm sorry, boy. We'll get you out of here. Then that wizard would heal you good.
I'll go first. You hand the boy to me through the hole.
He does.
You can hear voices out here.
Shh.
It's Colette's voice.
Yeah. Set him down here by the coffin. How appropriate.
I don't even have to buy a coffin now.
Did you grab the staff? I paid for that staff. Father was.
We'll get it in a moment. Do not worry.
Don't y'all have healing potions too?
No,
Oh, y'all must not start off decent.
probably not.
then.
You probably rolled something.
He did.
We're fucking poor, dude. We used to be rich.
Keep the boy safe here. I'll go and check ahead.
You hear Colette saying something like, "I was so worried."
Yeah.
I'm pretty worried right now.
Just stop it. Is the door shut or open? Or...
No, it's open.
Okay, I'll stop just shy and go, hello.
And she says, "He's in here. I found him. He's okay."
Very well. Turn around and motion to y'all too.
Yeah, I'll...
And you see she's got her arm around this guy. He looks like he's been roughed up a little bit, but not too terribly much.
If you need help carrying, I'll come back and help drag him over here.
And,
Yeah, I'm sure I would.
They come out.
Immediately guard dog while they all do their post wrap up.
Yeah. She says, I almost can't believe he's alive. Thank you so much.
And
I can't believe we're alive.
yeah, no shit. Otto looks down at Reinhold and he's like,
What are we going to do about my son? He's grievously injured.
Your cart's outside, is it not?
Aye.
Says, I'll pull the damn thing back if I have to.
No.
Oh, I get to ride in the cart this time?
Yeah.
First time ever.
Lucky Reinhold. Yeah.
And
And he says to Colette, "The books. Don't get the books. Master will be very upset if we don't." She goes, "Of course, we'll get them, find them."
There's still one left alive here somewhere.
Ooh, he had a battle axe. Just a minute.
Fuck that, you better start collecting. They all had shit.
yeah. Oh yeah, I would collect
That
everything
shit
that.
better kick in.
Yeah, I would
My
be
son's not
like,
dead? Alright, time to go make some money.
yep,
Rub his
exactly.
fucking hands together.
If we're taking anything, we must do it quick. We still have one man not accounted for.
And Otto would go with you to help you collect anything of value.
Okay. Well, there's that battle axe, which seems like something you would like, Wrecker.
Fargan A.
So Fargan A, I will battle axe you up.
I'll
Yeah.
grab Reinhold's staff and I'll check Brock for any money or valuables.
Yeah, you find a few silver coins and
Any throwing axes or daggers?
certainly some daggers. There is a pretty. He had a decent broadsword.
I'll grab up the broadsword.
Yeah. A broadsword, definitely. Broadsword battle axe.
Yeah. So who's taking the broadsword?
I mean, I'm not gonna take it to use it. But...
They're both the same stat wise.
Yeah, I think.
They both strength 11 weapons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do a broadsword because a Viking broadsword.
All right.
Yeah, I'll sell everything else.
And there are a couple other. They need to retrieve their books, and they're actually not that hard to find. And we're gonna have to stop real soon. I'm hitting my limit here. So there is you also find a letter that they had open on that table while you're gathering up the books, and you probably wanted to grab your stolen goods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how thorough you're going to be with that guy still around. It sounds like you're just going to grab some most valuable things.
Yep, pretty much.
But I will share the letter with you, Reinhold and Otto, because you can read. But
I suggest sending word to the town guard of the bandits' activities here. Those rightful owners could possibly get their stuff back.
Oh, God.
I drank my magic baby.
Here, I'll let Zephyr, if you're still there. Yeah, you see now. Let you see it too if you're interested. Only poor illiterate wrecker. Okay.
I just want to read.
All right, gentlemen. We will do a few things out of game. You're going to all hit your slot. So
Say that again.
Yeah. We'll take care of a few things outside of game for our next one. You're all gonna be actually your first level. You'll get to choose your path.
I'm reconsidering this.
Yeah, you want to be a knitter. Stay at home by the fireplace and knit.
Fuck this, I'm a priest now.
Yeah.
Swords to plowshare.
All right, guys, this is good. I will. We'll pick up again. We'll figure out the next session.